Oh yeah, and this guy
Melt
too.
on the fucking time god up in this bitch. You wanna get in fucking King of the Dodgy? Yeah! Time!
Just don't say time.
Yeah,
just don't we got a time limit, but just don't say time.
Y'all scum. You heard it? You heard that?
Don't say time.
Let me keep that there. Let me make sure. I might need to get some batteries, but fuck it.
Yeah.
What is good? It is
What?
Melodon, the motherfucking time god. I am right here in a place that is on the other side of hell because it is so hot, and I feel like... actually, it's not even that hot. I don't know why I said that. I actually felt a cold thing of breeze. A cold gust of air.
We're sitting on a veranda.
We're sitting on a veranda. We're looking at the middle of the...
I see homes. I see foliage and...
That voice you hear, I'm not even going to give him a cheesy intro like I always do. It's my boy Joaquin Daniels.
What?
Someone that I've known for a long time already.
Yeah.
I feel like I've known for a long time, but we really had, like, it's always been so chaotic when we kick it.
Yeah.
It's like we never get at... This is like probably going to be our longest in-depth conversation.
It's like when you're friends in high school, but you didn't hang out together.
Exactly. And it's crazy, like, when you get out of high school, you're kind of like... I knew that dude, but you really didn't, because there's people that I went to high school with, and I was like, oh yeah, I went to high school with them, and then it's a weird feeling that sometimes you feel like you know somebody when you don't. I think Facebook is really what makes people feel that, because there's people that I don't know, but I feel like I know them because they're always either posting or, you know.
Some people I only know because they post them.
How many people do you actually know because you've met them, and how many people do we know because you've seen them on Facebook and then ran into someone?
I'd say, let's see, at a high school, maybe probably, 30, 40 at most, and then the music industry is where I know most of the people.
And that was all through physical.
And a lot of it's through physical, and then some of it's through correspondence through email.
Right.
So yeah, you take that. I mean, that could be up to maybe 200. I mean, to be honest, if you really think about it, you go to one club and you talk to 20, 30 people, maybe 5 of them you get their number, and you know what I mean? You're actually talking to them consistently. Right. Like me and you, we've seen each other at shows so many times, and we had so many friends that knew each other, so it was like we always had that mutual respect and bond, and it was like we were already close because of the people around us. It was like by association. You know?
Like when you get co-signed by certain people, you become friends with them because it's like, oh, if this person likes them, then I like them.
And the co-signer's legit too,
But it's like usually it's really legit too. You meet a lot of good people through that, especially in the hip hop game, or in the battle game, or even in the comedy game. Like I've met a lot of people. Like I don't have a lot of people that I guess I could say that I've had friendships built on just like the whole comedy scene, not friendships, but more just like more in common stuff to talk about. Now that's what I'm saying. Bro, it was crazy. I went to Kill Tony. One of the days at the Comedy Store, and one of my friends I haven't seen in a long time. We did an event. I think when we were Grind Time, we did a battle event, and I was right there at Spock. I saw Spock there too. Spock, Bonnie, Josiah. They were all sitting in the back. Those were my friends from Chamber. They'll be on the. I'll get some of them on a podcast soon. But I saw him, I was like, what the fuck? I want to take a piss, and Josiah stood in front of me like, where the fuck you going, bro? I was like, oh, what the fuck what the hell is Salsa Brown doing here? And then I saw Spock, I saw Bonnie, I used the restroom, I came back, I sat down. At the end of the show, I get up, and who do I see? I see my friend Elvis, the one who he used to work with Acrylic. I think he still does work with Acrylic, but he has his own soccer brand. I think it's called I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong. I think On the Volley. I think it is On the Volley, and it's I think. Oh fuck! Okay. I might have to Google it right now. Fuck,
like
man.
Right on the pass.
Yeah. So but he has
soccer term.
Yeah, but Elvis. I ran into him there, and then I didn't know he was that much into comedy. Like I'll post pictures with like comedians and stuff, and a bunch of people will write on there. So it's like. I don't really remember it, and I saw him in like it's like seeing somebody in the war field. Like, oh shit, no, you come all the way out here too, and take money to come into the event and kick it by 2-drink minimum and post up. You're crazy like me too. Oh shit, what the fuck, dude? And we went outside and started hanging out, and then he was talking to Tony Hinchcliffe. Me and Tony interacted. He was like, bro, like, oh shit, that's dope. And I was like telling him, yeah, Tony was on the event. So he was like, it all came together like it hit his brain like, oh shit. I remember that. And then now we went and saw Joey Diaz at the Ha Ha Factory together, like on some bromance type of shit, you know, like, but it was cool because it was like on some, you know,
the energies we're vibing with each other as homies, as friends.
Well,
you know?
you're heavy into the, you're heavily influenced by the comedy game.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
You're like you're thinking of dabbling into it.
Yeah, I've always been interested in it. I've always thought like maybe a career in comedy would be a branch off of rap.
Have you like thought of bits, or like have you like the one thing I'm having trouble, because I actually, if I'm thinking about it too, and the one thing I'm having trouble with is like how to be, like how do you be, well, maybe I shouldn't even be thinking that. I think
like how to start a bit, or how to start
like what like you can find a bit that isn't funny, but like how do you, I guess it's more just like trying to be a dry funny, or like as far like what I mean by that is like trying to be funny without being funny, or trying to actually make a punchline out of it, like, because that might sound like hacky.
Yeah, I do like kind of. It's the same thing with raps. Like, you'll come up with a thought or an idea, you'll come up with a pattern, you'll come up with a rhyme scheme, whatever. But with, say, a comedy, you'll come up with an idea, something that made you laugh, something that made you really laugh. Because if it doesn't make you laugh, then I mean, how are you gonna really take it from the heart, you know?
Yeah.
And then that idea has to almost formulate backwards. The same way a rhyme scheme, the rhymes are usually at the end, at least traditionally, the rhymes are at the end words.
Right.
So the thought has to end with either it being funny or a punchline or a joke, right?
I think, I mean, sometimes I get thrown for a loop. I think because I watch such not weird comedians, but I think I'm watching so much just random comedy that I think I'm just like,
and I don't think that's where I get my inspiration though.
You don't? Like,
no.
I don't get it from watching comedy. I think my inspiration was just like, me and you always be like, hey, you fucking cocksucker, like me and you would always pretend we're like from Goodfellas, go get your fucking shine box. And like,
mine would always change because I was horrible at impressions sometimes.
But you know, but like me and you, but that would, like, when I would run into you, we were kind of like,
hey, you fucking schmuck.
Yeah. Get what the fuck
and that
you doing
started
over
it
here?
all. That started it all. I think that's how our friendship kind of evolved with that, because I see you so many times, right? And then I think it was just, we started going back and forth, and then it was the shine box. The shine box
shit. Yeah, get your fucking shine box.
Once that started happening, it was fucking hilarious. So.
Well, that was where I was like, what we do is like hip hop, and everyone takes himself really serious. You got a lot of serious people, a lot of people from the streets, a lot of people this and that. Like, this is not a place where you can walk. I mean, I guess anywhere you can't. Not everybody's serious, you know. Not even at the Comedy Store, but there's just certain people that, you know, are just a certain way, and you know that they're not really joking. I can't walk up to them and be like, what's up, you fucking, get your fucking shine box or something like that. They're going to look at me and be like, what the fuck did you just tell me, dude? Oh shit, I can't walk up to Mr. C. Maybe Mr. CR because I know him. I could probably fuck with him, but I wouldn't do that to him. He's my homie. I wouldn't walk up to LA Cool and say, go get your fucking shine box, you know? Like, that's just,
it would be hilarious though.
It would be hilarious, but some people won't take it that way, you know? And I think anywhere it's like that, but I'm using a horrible analogy. We smoked a bowl of some birthday cake or wedding cake. But what I'm saying is we had the kind of the similar sense of humor.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, Joaquin is on some funny shit, you know, because my music is really serious, but I use that as to like get my however I'm feeling out, because, you know, it's a place to like say things a certain way, and comedy is a place that I never really take things not serious, but I just like to joke around. I like to make people laugh. You know, I like to make people feel good. Yeah. And I do that in a way to where even with what I do now, I'll be delivering, and then I'll see someone and I have to say something to try to make them smile. You know, it's like man, it's you know, like I don't even remember what I'll say, but it's like I'll say things like, man, it's just trying to stay cool, you know, or like, you know, I think not a lot of people do that. Like, if you go somewhere, it's like, oh, hey, how you doing? Or there's times where I do that to people and they're just like, you know, okay, see you later. Like, now smile, like they're probably going through it, you know, and maybe, and who, I don't know. And I think that's also like a mental handicap to myself, that I'm so worried about making other people smile that I don't make myself smile. And a lot of the time, like, I'll get caught up in like trying to fix the things that are fucked up when they're not really as fucked up as they really are.
Kind of. Like, or people see you figuring out something in your own mind, but yet they're looking at you, so they look at what you're putting out to them, and your energy is kind of cut off to them.
And it's crazy because the energy, you can think things and your energy will come out totally different. A lot of the times I would think that I'm thinking things, and my energy, I'm trying to change my energy by thinking like I'm like, don't be mad.
Yeah.
Like, but then you end up mad. It's just my energy. It's just sometimes it'll get fucked up, and I think when we're able to talk about it on a podcast or able to do certain things, I think that helps, you know, and even the comedy shit too, because because I'll think that like, man, I'm making people smile, but then I'll think, okay, I want to make myself smile. Like, what do I like? You know, I like to I actually like to hang out with my daughter, and the other things I like to do is go fucking CD shopping. I like to go look at budget used CDs, and it's like, you know how girls go buy shoes and stuff like that in purses. Oh, I get such a fun.
When you find a gem in there.
Yes,
I fucking. Get like an X-Clan CD or something.
Oh, yes, dude. For like $6.99, and you look it up on Google, and it's going for $140. You're like, oh god. It's like, and then you go listen to it, and it's like, yes. Like, I get a fulfillment of that. But it's also an
eBay ejaculation.
Yeah. Well, not even eBay. I go to I find stores. And
I'm talking about when you get rid of it. If you were to sell it.
I usually sell them back to Amoeba and get store credit.
Oh,
you know, and then I go get some mouse
the quick hit.
Yeah, because there's times where there's like a brand new CD out, like I say like a lot. I gotta stop saying like. Fuck, man.
Nah, dude. We're in the valley, aren't we?
No.
We're in the desert.
I have to, because my mind just goes to like a lot. It's like, see, I did it again.
It's a simile, yo.
Yeah. I have to go to record stores, and I like to listen to, like, there it goes again.
Yeah,
Fuck.
You're good.
Take a shot every time I say it. You'll be fucked up at the end of this podcast. Well, I like to listen to music that is also commercial, that people will call commercial. Yeah. And I also like to listen to underground, and a lot of people get mad at me, and I'm thinking, like, what? I feel like, well, I'm the time god. Well, I'm the god, which means I can listen to any music and never be affected by it. I'll still be myself.
You're like the Dr. Strange.
Yes, I could listen to Tekashi 6ix9ine for a whole day straight. Why would he doesn't have enough music to listen to a whole day straight? I probably wouldn't do it, but I could listen to it for a long time, and it's not gonna make me want to go and like do something crazy or make a song. I might be influenced to be make a energetic track, but I'm not gonna be like rapping like him or change my mind state. You know, how do you feel about that? Like, what do you listen to? Do you listen? You probably don't listen to. Did you listen to the new Drake album? I'll ask you that.
Okay, so check this out.
No, right?
I lift a lot because I don't like having a boss. You know, fuck the boss.
Okay.
Like, I hate being like, hey, bro.
Oh, lift, that's driving.
Yeah.
I thought you meant lift, like you like to go to the gym and lift a lot.
I work out for a living now.
Also, you listen. You know? I was like, fuck, how do you do that?
I still got mad titties. I'm good.
No, I still got mad titties too.
But yeah, so like I lift and the little Uber thing and all that. I try to make like all my money doing that now. So like it's a trip because I used to have a job that I had to be at and make sales and do all that. Now I'm in a car doing it all myself. So it's a whole different process of trying to figure out how I'm gonna do it. Right?
It's crazy. Do you listen to music when they get in the car too? Do you just keep your thing playing?
Well, I have 4 stations that I go back and forth in, and
you just look at the person like, oh, I'm gonna put this on?
Part of it's because I want to know how they react to it. The other part is me guessing to see if I know what channel they're gonna like the best. And it's real, you know, it's like K-Earth 101, right? Which plays the 90s now.
Yeah.
It's a trip. So you'll hear like some like Belle Biv DeVoe on like K-Earth 101. It's a trip. No more oldies. No more the gangster oldies.
Oh
dog.
shit! Those are all the CDs.
Our LeBeau is, you know.
That's actually that. I mean, now you got to search for that shit.
Yeah.
I just posted some on my Instagram story that'll make people shit on themselves.
Right?
Yes.
But so I put them on one of these channels, and of course I had it on Power 106 the most, right? Or whatever hip hop stations and stuff. But like, yeah, like basically right now they're playing 3 artists, maybe 4, on an hour rotation, and I hear Cardi B and Drake just the whole time.
All day.
So yeah, I mean, I basically know those songs. Like, I know those songs.
See, not those
I can
songs.
karaoke those songs right now.
What I mean is like, not those ones. I use that as a horrible example. Like,
no, but I listen.
Do you know
to
who? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you know? Let me think. Do you know who Lil Baby is?
Lil Baby?
Yes.
Damn.
Okay, probably not.
Probably not. No.
Do you know who? Okay, so then that's
an actual rapper?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
snap.
And it's super like. Trappy.
Wow.
And it's super, not even trappy. It's
Does he like sound like a baby? Does he rap like a baby?
No, but I'm taking it there because like that's like asking someone who listens to that. Have you ever heard of Jedi Mind Tricks?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I have. Or no, like wait.
Like a
what
guy who
do you mean?
actually
Have I
uses
watched Star?
sentences?
Have I watched Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh no. So it's like it's totally two separate things, and I trip out because I can go both ways.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that sounded gay, which is not wrong, but I'm not that. So I that's not what I meant. What I meant is I can listen to this commercial music, and love it and want to be like, I really like this because I understand what he's saying. I'm around so many of those type of people through battle rap, as far as like people who talk about like use things like talk about like mop sticks and broomsticks, and that means guns and stuff. Like a lot of people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like if you showed somebody a Wu-Tang album who didn't understand what they were talking about, they'll be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like the God Hour.
Like listening to Mike for your first time?
Right. When I didn't even know what the God Hour was when I was like, the God Hour. Like that sounds cool. Like maybe that's the hour that God comes or something. No, but it wasn't that. It was 7 o'clock. Because, you know, if you Google it and you'll see the breakdown of Wu-Tang songs. I didn't do that. I knew what it was because I'm fucking cool like that. But you Google it and you guys will actually see you know what it is because we're hip hop heads. We're in the same generation pool to where it's crazy because we're in the same generation pool, but I think doing these battle events and having these DJs listening to the music, like that's how I heard what is it, Drake and McConan on a Tuesday, and everyone's like, I hate that song because I was like, I don't listen to the radio. I listen to CDs all day, but that song was playing. I would be hanging out, and right when my daughter was being born, I would be recording my album at Spock's house. They would be playing it on the TV. Everyone's you remember at the old Chamber House, everyone's hanging out. That shit's playing. It's raining. We're blazing it. I'm thinking, fuck, I'm about to be a dad. I get picked up, and so now when I hear that song, it's in another context for me. It means something for me. Or like when I hear that broomstick and gangster ass shit and crazy shit, I know what it means because I've had to stand there and understand these bars. And you hear, and when you're talking to people like that, you know what it means. So, and then I start going and I get on and I hear it and I'm like, this shit is fucking pretty cool, you know? Like, I love it. And so I think I'm just, I don't know. I just love it so much to where I can hear this shit, and then I can go deep underground where I can hear the Righteous Brothers, from tape with hissing, and everyone's like, "This is fucking horrible!" Like, boom, 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 ding, 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 and I come with the lyrical spiritual. Like hearing that shit is tight, but you have to be. It's an acquired taste, just like how the commercial shit is acquired taste, and it's just like I can't eat fucking, I don't like green peppers. I hate them. I hate green and red peppers. I can't put vegetables on my pizza. I can't do it. People love it. Oh, you don't like I pick them off. No, eat them. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate when beans. So you feel salted?
You feel salted when there's pineapple on it?
I'll be like, ah! Yeah, I won't eat it. I'll get my own pizza. I hate when I have salad and another piece of food touches it.
Oh, you're
I need a bowl. I need it in the bowl.
You don't do like sauce on your hamburgers or nothing, huh?
No, on my hamburger. No. Oh shit. No, I was in this. I was saying nope.
Do you eat like salad?
No. I like to get crazy, but there's just certain things I won't do. Just like I think it's the same thing with music. It's just our minds are required. Like if I was to go to Immortal Technique and play him Little Baby, an artist named Little Baby, he would probably say something like, man.
He wouldn't even let you.
He would be like, man, that's the problem. We're promoting that. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
He would have, like, that was a horrible example, and I wasn't trying to disrespect him or anything, but like, I know he would go to the whole, he would break it down.
Yeah.
You wouldn't catch Immortal Technique buying Little Baby.
You wouldn't buy it, but I'm sure, like, if you put it on his palette and you just said, hey, just check this out. But I mean, even as a joke, what if you said, like, dude, I gotta let you hit this guy's called Little Baby. Like, he would tell me that, now I'm interested.
Well, he's done Vlad interviews, so he's probably been told about it, and he has, but what I think is, on his own, he's not gonna go to Pandora and just be like, I'm kicking it, I'm relaxing, I'm gonna throw on some Little Baby.
No, but he's not separate.
There's times where I go, and
he still gets pitched it. It still comes across his page.
Probably.
If he's searching like on a
but me,
iTunes site, the website.
There's times where I want to bump oldies. There's times where I want to bump Draco, not Drake the singing rapper, but Draco. I want to bump some Sting Team. I want to bump some 03 Green. I want to bump some stuff where people are like, what are you listening to? And then there's times where I want to bump some SIBO. I want to bump some Spice One. There's times where I want to bump some E40. There's times where I want to bump some Sade. There's times where I want to bump some.
There's endless amounts of music.
Chris Stapleton.
We'll never be able to even hear it all. Like, there's so much music out there. I could throw like 10 people at you that you've never heard before in any genre, because there's so much music out there. We'll never get
the moral of the story, though, is have an open mind, people.
Yeah,
have an open mind. But like, what stops? What, like, I mean, nothing that stops you, because you DJ too.
Yeah.
So so on that note, because I interviewed Mondo the DJ, and he was pretty much telling me that, like, he spins what he wants to spin and things like that, and he's not into it. He doesn't like it. So in his head, he broke it down to me on how he feels about it. How do you feel about, like, do you spin that stuff? Like, do you even look for it, or do you?
If you pay me right, I'll spin it. But see, that's what it's about, though. There's two types of DJs. There's actually three, but there's different types of DJs now, just like there's different types of rappers, There's some guys who can't record, whatnot, but I'll stick to DJing. There's the guy who can DJ what everybody wants him to play, right? That's what you hear on the radio. That's it. This guy, his job is to play you the songs that you're requesting and that you want to hear the most. That guy gets paid a lot, and that's what makes DJing so tough, is because those guys get paid the most.
So you have to keep your ears to the street.
So, yeah, knowing the new music and knowing what girls are listening to, people are listening to on their ride home.
Well, what's crazy is, like, I find myself that when I'm driving through certain places, I want to bump different music. Yeah. Like, there's times where I'll pull up somewhere on somebody and I'm bumping the most gangsterous oldies ever. And then I'll be in a place where, like, there's a bunch of white people around, and like old white people, and they're looking at me like,
oh man, you ever do it on purpose? You ever do it on
I don't like doing it on purpose. It makes me feel weird.
There's a song by Organized Confusion on their Equinox album, right? And I think it's called Hate or something like that. But it's basically a song where they go into their verses in the perception of them being a white person and them having so much hate towards black people.
Oh,
so it's basically the illest song I've ever kind of comprehended at one point.
So it sounds like white guys talking shit about black guys?
So it's basically them, screaming racial hate and putting in a form of their rap and really kind of showing the dirty side of it. You know what I mean?
And people hear it and they're like, what the fuck are you listening to?
So imagine that, you're playing that song, and they're saying some really, really political, really racial stuff, right? And they're putting it, and then they have samples that are like that too. So if you listen to the song in whole,
there's times where I don't like people to listen to what I'm listening to.
You play that in front of some white people, they look at you.
I was listening to, you know who the Menace Clan is?
Menace Clan.
Yeah, that's like old school, like
RBL Posse?
Nah, that's like Rap A Lot.
Okay.
Bushwick Bill used to do a lot of music with them. So there's a group called the Menace Clan, and there's a song on there where it's talking about like the racist times, and it's like you hear a guy screaming, like he's acting like a cop, and he sounds like a white guy, and he's screaming like racial things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
you can't play those songs at the club.
Well, but a black lady was pulled up an old black lady pulled right next to me, and I was like, I turned it down, like, oh shit, and I was just sitting there, and then that lady, it was a chopped and screwed, so it was slowed down, and the lady looked at me, turned to the left, like, what the fuck are you listening to? And so like so on that note, you've never.
No, it's never. No, I just
spin it.
I think that there's different types of hats that you have to wear as an artist or whatever.
But you probably Do you need water?
Yeah, water would be cool.
That's my homie Joaquin.
What up?
That's my girl.
How you doing?
Her name is Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Her name is Bridget Makovsky. Her name is Monica Bridgestein. I have to go to the thingy, but I'm on a podcast right now.
Yeah.
Recording. Jesus Christ.
That'd be good.
Having this conversation with me. I gotta lock that door.
Yeah.
Okay, so
the other types of DJs that we're talking about, like, there's the guy who plays for money, right? And then you have the guy who only wants to play what he wants to play because he wants to show you his mind of music, right? So someone like Mondo's a good example because Mondo's very particular about the music he wants to play, and it's because he wants to put you in his world, in his vibe. right? The same way a rapper would do that, like Eminem or something, where he puts you into his story and you feel like you're riding along with him, you know? So,
you know what's crazy is I was like that before, where I didn't want to hear stuff like that. I would be able to bump a lot of like other stuff, and then when I started doing these battle events, DJ Smokey, he was the one who would be playing like the most gangster shit. Like, I think one song I heard of his was not of his, but I heard a lot of his the mixes. He would be putting songs out, and I was hearing it. I was like, oh, this shit. He's talking about just like smoking fools and all that. I was like, this is insane. Like, this is Chicago music. Then you hear about all that. I was like, fuck, like I can get into that. I can hear this shit. So then I started like, hey, what artist is that? And I'm writing the artist down, and then he would be playing something like Draco. What is that? As Draco, and I write it down, and then I go listen to it and be like, hero. It's like when I first heard Eminem and not knew what it was. My friend Victor calls me into the restroom, pause, and goes, hey, check this shit out. He puts it. I put an earphone in, and I hear fucking I hear the Slim Shady LP, and it was the one where he killed, where he was killing where he was like. Throws the baby in the fucking
trunk or whatever.
No, where it was in the trunk where he's dragging the body. I remember being on the floor, my little bathroom floor with my little folder underneath my little elementary, my little junior high school arm in the restroom, listening to the fucking the song, and I just hearing a body being drug on the floor, like sound like I was like listening to this shit, like what the fuck? He's like, this is some dude Eminem. How the fuck do you spell that?
That beat is deep.
I remember seeing the name and reading it, like what the fuck is it? Eminem. The fuck is this? You know? So then I went and I didn't know how to find it, and then I ended up finding the fucking hearing that song and being like, oh fuck. This was killing his wife and doing all this stuff, and as a 7th grader, I think 8th grader, 7th or 8th grade, I forgot what year that was, but I remember hearing it and not even knowing what the fuck to do. And just hearing the Slim Shady, hi, my name's Slim Shady, yes, I'm the real Shady. A car just started, guys. Don't worry about that. We're actually right outside.
The car is
they're being very good.
The veranda. It's getting lowered on a huge crane.
There's actually a body being lowered into a well right now, and they're going to be eaten alive by sharks and alligators.
Yeah,
but what the fuck was it? What was I saying again?
Basically, we were talking about how hip hop, you know.
What story was I just saying right now?
I think the car turning on. Yeah, you're talking about Eminem, but it was like the car started, it turned into a whole other thing. We go.
Oh yeah. Eminem. Pause this. Get out of here, you fuck.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
So Kobe just got dropped off on a helicopter. He's leaving right now.
Yeah, man. Kobe, man, that was a lot.
He didn't want to do an interview, but
I had to tell Kobe to get the fuck out of here.
He talks really slow sometimes, you know.
Okay, that's better. Okay, so with the
Eminem or what?
Yeah, man. So I remember hearing that and then falling in love with hearing the Slim Shady from Hi My Name Is, and not really liking it. I remember hearing it.
You didn't hear it on like Sound Bombing?
No, I heard it on that was the first time I ever heard him, was the real Slim Shady, and my friend would record a lot of radio clips, and he was like, oh, there's a new rapper, his name's Eminem, I recorded a song this morning, and I remember him playing it, and I was listening to it. Hi, and I was like, I don't like that, you know. I like Tupac, All Eyes on Me and shit like that. Like Tupac, All Eyes on Me had already came out, so I like Tupac and shit. I like real hardcore shit at that time, like Bone Thugs and Harmony. I liked Mo Thugs. I had the Biggie album. I already had Gangster's Paradise. You know, I was bumping. I was a heavy into hardcore hip hop. I wasn't supposed to listen to. Like I had the Sunset Park, so that was just like. Nah, I'm not really liking it, you know. And then when I heard the album, I was like, this is the fucking craziest shit I've ever heard. And that's the thing with this new music is how I get into it is I'll keep hearing it, like a Cardi B's album. I'll be like, I don't want to hear that shit, you know what I'm saying? And then like I'll accidentally hear a song where I'm like, dang, that shit's fucking hard. What beat? That's the Cardi B shit. I'm like, fuck. So then I sit down and I'll listen to it and I'll be like, this shit was amazing. But that's not, like I said, there's things where I won't drive around bumping loud. I want to listen to it for myself. And would probably be an album where I would drive and just hear it. But it's not something I'm going to keep bumping. And there's things that I like to keep bumping, which is like not that, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even, I love, like, Little Kim. I like old school shit, you know, when she was part of the fucking, Junior Mafia.
Yep.
But I'm not gonna go and bump it. You know, I have it. I bought it because I'm a fucking collector, like I said earlier. I'm a hoarder when it comes to music. I even have, I think you've given me something. Did you have an album? I think you handed, somebody handed me,
probably Well Traveled. That's the newest album. Endures my old album.
No.
So if it was one of my first album, that was Endures. That was the Fat Jack project.
No, I don't think you given that to me. But the what I was trying to get to was that I just hold on to music. Even like I have old Gavilan shit.
Nice.
I have like old Reverie shit, like that they wrote, handwritten, and that's because I came up during that time. So I always got it and stuck it in a box. So who knows? They could blow up, and then one day I could be looking and be like, "Fuck!" And that's not even that. I just like to know. It's like energy passing, like I said.
Yeah.
You become who you're around. You know. So let's jump back into this comedy shit, dude. Let's
It's that
so what's your I guess not, I don't want to say all your plans, but like what do you love about it? Let's jump there. Let's make this part the little interviewee part. So what's your why do you love the
why do you feel you're going to be an asset to the community?
What do you like? What about comedianism do you like? Comedianism.
All right. So one is the free speech is always something that's always going to be,
because that's like becoming a rapper.
Yeah.
Being a comedian
it's
is
the
like
same thing. I mean, it feels like it.
It is, because it doesn't matter who
quirks that make it different, right?
Well, it just doesn't matter who the fuck we are as hip hoppers. Like, we haven't blown up here, and even then, you don't even want to put that out, because then they're going, "Oh, now you're coming over here because you think it's easier."
Yep.
Like you don't ever want to put that. You just want to go there and be humble.
Yeah, and I've been around both too, and
I know you have
the way it gets treated.
This is for the audience.
Yeah. I've seen a comedian get basically baited into doing his comedy act outside of a club.
What do you mean?
Where it's like the same thing as like when you tell someone you're a rapper.
Right.
Oh, kick me a verse then. And it's usually,
tell me a joke.
Either I want to hear you rap,
or take this joke.
I want to see if you're whack, and I know what I'm talking about, and you don't know that. Or it's I want to basically be impressed or whatever, you know. And some of that stuff happens when I'm working, you know, when I'll tell someone I'm a rapper, and then the guy, say it's this guy and a girl in the car. This actually happened. So a guy and a girl's in the car. Guy always gets in the front seat. Remember this. Guy always gets in the front seat. One to protect her, but he's always trying to cock block too, whatever chicks are in the back, right?
Oh shit.
So he's like kind of buzzed, and we're driving, and I'm just like, yeah, where to? Where you going? You know? So he's like, yeah, we talk about music, we get into it, and then all of a sudden I go, I rap. I'm a rapper and a DJ. And I say, not only that, I go, I've been doing it for 15 years plus. I performed, I fucking write my own songs, I record, I'm like breaking it down, you know?
And they're like,
and the girls are like, oh, what? Let me look you up, blah, blah, blah. And the guy goes, let me hear you rap then. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, are you sure? You know?
And he's do you want to hear this shit?
So then it turns into...
You ready?
It turns into me doing a verse in front of them. And dude, he went from like...
Because you already have you just went to a written. Yeah. You're like, I'm going to go to a written real quick.
What you should always do if somebody puts you on the spot.
You have to.
Unless they tell you to
don't just freestyle a joke. I mean, even if they tell you to freestyle, fuck them. If they're not anybody who matters, what does it matter? I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that because everybody matters, but... Who gives a fuck? Fuck you. You're trying to come and tell me what if I don't want to rap? What if I don't want to do that? I'm going to spit a written. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, because it's not only that, it's you telling the person, this is what I can do. This is what I have to offer. So if you only had one, I bring this from a lot of people, they'll say, I rap, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool, rap for me. Oh, no, I don't normally rap in front of people, blah, blah. What do you mean? You know, you get into that conversation with people, and a lot of it
there are people that do it creepy like that guy.
Well, yeah, but
that was kind of creepy.
The best way to do it is to be like, oh, okay, so what if I was Dr. Dre and I walked in right now and I said, well, let me hear what you got. You know? Like, what are you going to do? Try to freestyle?
What I usually say is...
Like, you really going to try to freestyle that moment?
What I usually say is, what, you got any albums?
Yeah,
I don't know why everybody always goes for, can you rap? Yeah, I can rap. I can punch you in the face, too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking piece of shit.
I can cook a fucking omelet.
Yeah.
You know?
Shut the fuck up. I have music. It's 2018. You can type my name in and play my fucking song, you fucking
and comedy and rap are like that. Exactly.
And you can go look at a picture, and my picture will be there.
Yeah,
look at I'm sitting on a fucking steps on my album cover, you fucking cocksucker.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. that's being an asshole.
No, yeah.
Can you rap?
But it all starts from like like, oh, I'm the consumer.
Well, no, I'm the alpha male.
Right.
That's
well,
what
not
it
even
is.
that. Just like, you know, you're trying to pitch something to them, so obviously there's a sales going down. So there's a dynamic there where I'm trying to get you interested into what I do. Now, their point is...
Well, was he like a label exec, or was he just being a douchebag?
No, he was just a dude who just was like thinking I was trying to hit on the girls, which I kind of was, you know?
Yeah.
But like... trying to like trying to embarrass me in front of them.
What he should do is he should get his life together, all right, first of all, and learn how to handle your alcohol and drive your own car so you're not putting yourself in a position like that, you fucking idiot.
Nah, I need the
Second
money.
of all,
Do it.
I know that. But you know what I'm saying? Him as a man on some real shit, you feel me?
Nah, I love it.
Put money, you know what, guys, keep doing that and let Joaquin Daniels just run his fucking hot rod through your fucking women. Tell you,
Maybe.
Leave him in the back seat. Leave him in the back seat. Just like how you left your fucking sanity and everything in the back seat. Go ahead and leave that in the back seat. It's okay to take Ubers and Lyfts. I'm not saying anything against it. What I'm saying is, if you're gonna put yourself in that position, then of course, you know those. And obviously the girls are like, she's a woman and she wants to sit there and have a conversation and fuck like. Who the fuck are you, dude?
Yeah,
like, now you're just a creepy guy.
Yeah, it is. But I get the perfect dynamic as a.
Because that means that she probably has. They have no respect for that fool. He's probably just a homie.
Well, it's just the way the whole room changes or the car changes when I actually rap. That's when it all changes, right? Because at first it's whatever. Let me see what
I was trying to figure him out right now.
You have to first take perception into it.
I was being super hatery right now.
Like you look like a rapper,
right? I also look like I could shoot heroin too.
But yeah, that too. But the thing is like if you were to say you're a rapper, people would be like, I could see that.
Oh, but you're a Chicano rapper or what? You spit fucking,
exactly.
You're a Cholo rapper?
So you're like Little Frost, Little Kid Frost? You know?
Yes.
Exactly. Right?
Little
Popsicle.
They call me Little Cholo.
Or those Otter Pop.
They call me Little Time.
Little Otter Pop.
Little Otter Pop, fool.
But yeah, like, you know, that's just where it comes from, is the perception first, you know? So, you know, people out there can't see me, but I'm really light skinned, you know what I'm saying? But I'm Mexican, right? I have like this accent that I've picked up for some reason just by being around all different types of people.
What accent?
It's like a mixture of accents that constantly change. I think it's weird. It morphs because we talk like, "Hey, come on, get your pizza, get out of here," and then sometimes that could turn into like a Russian.
Well, you're a
accent,
people person.
Yeah,
you know how
it get to their level, but
it's just knowing how to communicate.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because you're not selling anything.
Like, I won't, like, if I see some white people, right?
Like, if you were selling people
their shit.
If you're selling people fucking snake oil and you're over there fucking talking to them and trying to get, like, of course, you're a piece of shit. But if you're over there trying to make people feel comfortable with you, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, cool. It's one of those things where, like, I'll notice something. Like, say I run into some, like, real white people. Like, the kind of white people.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
They got their life together, like, fucking to the max, and their kids are cool. You know, like, everything's straight. You know,
You're a people watcher, and you can read it right. And you're a vibey person.
You go up to them, you look them in the eye. Hello, oh, nice to meet you. Hey, oh, I need a loan. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could do that, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, you say...
I can't. I probably could, but
you're around a group of, say, brothers and sisters, maybe Asian brothers and sisters or whatever, you know what I mean? And they have a whole different dynamic of the way they address each other. And they could tell right away if you're not comfortable with who they are racially or anything right away.
But even that too can, like, have you ever seen those guys like that guy Friere or whatever, when he ate that thing, he goes, man, that's gangster, and he fist pumps that guy, and the guy looked at him like, what the fuck? He looked at him in the side of his eye like, the fuck?
Yeah. Did you just fucking try to like?
It's one thing to like
white wall me,
but I think we're around it so much as far as like in the hip hop that we're just around so many different walks of life and so many people that it's like you run into straight edge people, you run into people that just got out, you run into
in
gangsters.
LA too.
You could
LA, fuck, it's the most dynamic place that I've been around.
But it's just kind of like talking to people, communicating with people, and just making people feel like it's not even a thought. It just happens what do they call that shit?
Unwillingly, I guess, unknowingly.
No, unconsciously.
Unconsciously.
Is that what it is?
If you're
if you're unconscious, I'm like
I'm a thesaurus guy.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I like to think around the words.
We're like, you could do that unconsciously when you're unconscious. You're not unconscious.
Like
you're
when people ask
dead.
me my name, they go, Joaquin? I go, what's that? I go, yeah, like not running, you know what I mean?
Like walking? Oh, they're like, oh, Jaquin?
Yeah.
Has everyone ever says that?
Joaquin. Yeah,
Everyone says Jaquin?
Yeah, Joaquin, Joaquin. I just, man.
Jamiroquai?
Some people just go, can you just spell it?
Can you spell it? You should just spell it like walking.
Like that.
You should just spell it like walking. W-A-L-K.
No, I did it like, I would do it like,
walking.
what did I do it? WAHKEEN. It was like total tagger style.
Joaquin?
Because it had to fit the lettering.
Oh, that's
you know
tight.
what I mean? And fucking
That's
whenever
what you
you're
used to
doing
tag?
blocks. Huh?
You used to tag? You said you used to tag that?
No, that's how I thought of it.
Oh,
How
I
to
was
spell
gonna
it.
say,
How to
fuck.
spell it.
That's
I
pretty
did tag
smart.
when I was a kid. I have a funny story about
They're
that.
gonna be like seeing this and be like, who is that? This is Joaquin, that piece of shit. Did you do that, Joaquin? Nah, I didn't do it.
It's too long of a tagger name, but
You should call yourself Keen.
just Keen.
What's up, man? It's Keen, man.
Yeah.
What up, man?
I think at one
don't know
time
why I
I
used
wrote
that
toe,
voice.
like TOOE.
You use toe? I remember one time I wanted to write sushi.
Sushi.
And then I ended up seeing some fool who was sick. His name was Sushi. I was like, oh, because I was like,
That's the hurts right
I
there.
remember I was like, at one point, I was like, man, that'll be a cool tagger name.
Yeah.
Fool, fuck, thinking in my little old school little tagger head. Hey, fool.
I'd be down.
Hey, dog. I wonder what would be a cool name, fool.
Yeah.
Sushi, fool. I love sushi, dog. Mexican sushi,
I
fool.
chop it up.
Have you ever had a sushi burrito, fool? Mexican style, fool? With Spanish rice and beans and carne? Never, fool.
Yeah.
Never in your life, dog. My grandpa's a fucking elote, man, dog. He fucking creates it. But, so, like, are you planning on doing stand-up anytime soon? Like, fine, because I want to do... I was actually being like, I want to be my first time to be at the Comedy Store, but I got that really cool.
Well, yeah, you think
because you don't want to
your
stand up
rapper
there.
credits, rapper credits don't count there.
No, it's not that. Well, it's not that. It's just wanting to be in front of a crowd. We're so used to wanting to rock big crowds. Where in comedy, you just want to go and just get comfortable. So when you're in front of that big crowd, you crush. Crush.
And I've had to perform songs that are really, mean a lot to me that I have out, and I'm trying to sell a CD and all that. And, like, I'm doing it in front of 3 people, 6 people, getting it with people who are just standing there looking at you like, kind of like, whatever, bro.
We've, I think the getting comfortable is not going to be hard for us.
Not for me, I think. I've always been that way after, like, say, 7th grade. I kind of broke that, where I, like, really got into, like, you know what? I want to be in front of people. I want to test my nervusness, because the nervousness is something that's going to happen regardless.
You know what's crazy is, like, when you hear podcasts and you hear a lot of big comedians say that, it comes into my head, but we've been doing music for so long that I think we got out of that at a young age. I know, I think we both did.
Wanting to fail so that you can get better?
Well, I've been ciphering since I was in freshman year in front of crowds in high schools, and you're in front of people that you see every day, people that probably don't like you, people that you probably stole their girlfriend, did something to them back in the day, who says, fuck Ryan.
I did the Wake Up Show freestyle. Remember that? Remember the Wake Up Show?
Yes.
So they came to our school one time, Whittier High School, and me and this other girl who was a senior basically did the roll call back and forth because they needed to know, they needed a rapper and they needed somebody who knew the bars. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
So then we ended up doing that in front of people and stuff like that. So it's like, you get those moments where you thirst to be up there and just to
kill it.
You know what I mean? And with comedy, I feel like there's moments on stage when you're a rapper where you're trying to fill the air, feel it, and they know how to, like, ad-lib. They know how to get into it, There's times in a freestyle somebody drops a drink, and you're like, oh, that chick in the pink, oh, that dropped that drink, and you just float it in somehow, and it turns into the most funniest thing ever.
Also, like the SBRC, what the fuck?
Yeah, 16-bar rap challenge, SBRC.
Abstract Rude.
Where me and you battled in that. That was
Don't ever speak of that again.
No, I will. We won't talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Pause.
I was kidding. No, but that was we did. We battled. I think I lost to you, obviously. And then I lost also that one girl. I forgot what the fuck her name was. I was so pissed off at that shit. I fucking got beat by a girl, man. I got beat by a girl, dude.
Wait, was
her name, dude?
That chick Uno?
Yes, that chick Uno fucked me up.
She's the only one that I remember was in there.
He's from San Diego, and she killed me. Then they gave me a shirt, and I wear it still.
Oh man.
Nah, that was cool, man. That was I really did not.
That had a lot of comedy in it. I liked that.
Yeah, but it was more like, I'm fucking the battle dude. People expected a lot more out of me.
You know what's crazy is where I really fear you is the on the sidewalk fucking shit.
Like freestyle?
Like that on the spot freestyle shit. I mean, that's where I think you excel the most, and I think that's always been one of my weakest qualities. So I respect you, man, because you've always had something that I've always wanted. It's like an infinity stone. You know what I mean? The final freestyle stone. Like, you kind of need that, dude. You need that as a good rapper.
Shout out to Self Provoke. But when I battled Self Provoke at the basement, the battle's online, actually. You can watch that shit. I'm sorry to be promoting that, but he got, like, I got the first round. Well, the first round was I felt was good, and I felt it was kind of like we tied it. The second round, he got me because I felt like I fell off a lot, and I just wasn't. I don't know. I felt like he got that one. Then they said, we want acapella.
Yeah.
Freestyle. I fucking was just like, fucking lit. I turned into fucking a monster. Yeah. But that's just like because I work better under pressure.
Yeah.
I feel like when I have more time to think, I fuck up, which is what I'm trying to correct. I'm trying to figure out, slow it down. Like, you're able to be fast, but slow it down.
Yeah.
You know?
That is a block.
And that's why I rap the way I do. I don't like to rap all fucking quick because my mind's fast already.
Yeah.
I want you to hear my mind's so fast that I need to get it out, and I need it to be like, I need people to say like, that thought, like, yes, that thought that just went by as a fucking million miles per hour. What did you think of it? And people will be like, I thought this of it. Thank you. You know, and then it's like, my thoughts are, I don't want to say insane, but not every, like, sometimes you feel like,
no, they're
you
dope,
feel like
though.
there's not, like, I know that,
but
hella
dope. The ideas I've heard you come up as freestyles.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, someone as a creator, someone that has to create, that means you always have to be willing to tighten up. You have to be willing to define, you have to be willing to make something more fine. You have to be willing to strengthen something.
So if you were taking, say, like, jump shots, say like a Ray Allen or something like that, right? And you got good at shooting threes, you could practice all day shooting threes by yourself, and you'll get really good.
But you got to get in the game.
You got to do it within running. You got to do it while you're tired. You got to do it with someone in your face.
But you also got to do. You also got to get into combat.
Yeah.
You also got to sign up, and you also got to get in there in the game with the people around you and homies hitting
you
up.
Someone in your ear telling you ain't gonna hit that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need that in order for you to level up in this life.
And that's when I learned. And honestly, like, comedy changed my life, and I haven't even started yet.
Yeah.
It changed me. And I don't even think it's comedy. I think it was more the people in the comedy world that are doing podcasts that are the big boys.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh God. And it's like hearing an album. I listen to an album and people will be like, oh, that shit was tight, but I listened to it and I felt that shit. I take it with me.
You understand it.
I understand it. I take it with me. Yeah. And that's the same thing with comedy, where it's like, fuck, these dudes are saying this, and then you and it's just the way that they are. It's not even the art. It's the art of the jokes, but it's the more of, if you understand it and you're seeing everything, it's like, this dude is a fucking millionaire.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be here. Yeah. And he's doing, and I'm like, he's right there, and it just blows my head because it's like we're in a scene where it hasn't made it, it's making it, but then the people who I would try to, they fucking, I don't know, I just get a weird, I can't even explain it. I don't even think that those are even the real reasons why I feel that, but I just feel...
It's in the comedy world, though. There's this thing called the comedian's comedian.
It's just no fucking around.
Like, you know what that means? The comedian's comedian? It's usually the guy that goes up there every other night and does really good, and everybody claps for him because he did it, and it's like, yay! But nobody really laughs at his jokes all the time. But you know who's dying of laughter? Are the actual comedians, because they actually understand what it took to write those jokes. They understand the depth of the timing and everything that goes into it. And that's something that I studied.
You know what it is?
When I was young, is watching comedians, why I always felt like I could eventually do it.
It's just understanding that we're all the same.
Yeah.
We're all the same. And it's just, I've always had this mind state of like trying to make it, and like, that's where motherfuckers fuck up, you know, because now that they're in the age of where we can hear all these interviews and hear this, you hear the mind states they had is where they just were like, fuck, You know, this and this happened. A lot of it happens when you least expect it. When you want nothing, you get everything. You know, and when you least expect it, it comes. When you hear these interviews and being like, well, I had nothing. I was sleeping in my car. I was shit on my luck. My girl just left me. I was homeless. I just said I wanted to be a stand-up comedian. My homies told me I was funny. I went and I did it. I killed so-and-so. James Cameron was in the fucking room. He signed me, and this is all a fake story. I'm making this. This is all just
but there's actually documentaries about that stuff.
Well, I going there as much as I did, and shout out to MODOK again. I'm always shouting this fucking my guy out. But I was able to get to places that normal people, they're not able to go at the Comedy Store. Yeah. And I would be able to get into conversations with some of these comedians.
My whole rap career has been like that.
And I'm standing in the back like, sometimes I didn't even know what to say.
I shouldn't even
I'm seeing Joey Diaz in the back telling stories to a bunch of comedians, and I'm in the back like, this dude, like, this is like, we don't do this in hip-hop. We don't have this in hip-hop. There's a lot of egos.
Well, I mean,
everyone wants to make it, but I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I don't think I've been around it. Maybe there's something. Maybe I'm looking at the brighter side of something that maybe isn't what I'm thinking it to be. But I like looking at all this because it's creating this feeling inside of me. Maybe it isn't that.
I think, I mean,
but it's creating.
You got to look at
inside of me.
The people that do make it, and the people that do make you laugh, and the people that do bring something out of you, those are the people that you really want to study, because they're giving you something to attach to, not only, but also gives you a way of learning how your own thoughts and feelings work. That's something that we have to master first. In order to make a good rap, right, it has to come from the soul, and it has to come from where you came from and what you represent, right, as an artist, right? And with a joke, it's the same thing. A lot of the jokes that I've thought up, that I thought, man, I could write this down and turn this into a joke, or it's an idea that I've always had stashed away as a joke. A lot of them are just things that happen to me in life. You know what I mean? Like,
you've already started writing it.
Well, I have them all in my head. I kind of, right now, I would say, if I was to say that I was doing comedy.
You have them set up, like punchlines?
It's not punchlines. It's more like I have all these ideas that I just need to go through and just figure out why it's so funny and figure out the story that ends with it to being so funny. Because a lot of these things really happened, you know? Like you said your daughter was being born and it was a song that you listened to that was pivotal to your life, right?
Yes.
I have a song like that too.
And it's funny, the song that it is. Be like, and it's Drake or something like that.
No,
you could make a joke out of that.
That's the thing. One of those concepts.
It was pivotal to your life, and I'm like, it's
one of those concepts. Yeah, one of those concepts happened to me. That idea happened to me.
Oh,
something that I hold dear. And only a couple people know about it, or that know me, you know, but the song, "This is how we do it." Montel Jordan. That song, when it comes on, which still comes on to this day in a club, puts me in this like PTSD, like.
What, something bad happened?
It wasn't bad. It was just so ill. No. I went to jail in Mexico, right?
Oh, shit.
So I went with two friends and we drove down there. And then we get there, and then we're drinking on TJ and just going ham. Like, just going insane, like, you know, just drinking and partying. And then we end up inside of a strip club, and one of the guys ends up taking off with a prostitute.
Oh, God.
One, he gets caught up with one girl that he's just, like, thinks he's going to marry. And I'm just like, man, these chicks are disgusting. Like, that's all I can think of is just all the disgusting shit I've seen in there already.
You're like, oh, they
like,
smell
this
like
happens
fucking
every day.
death.
I was like, this is Mexico. I'm like, why would we come here for vacation? Like, you know.
What part of Mexico were you guys in?
We were in TJ. We were on Revolution Street.
Shit.
So I couldn't even tell you where I was at because I was one of those.
You're lucky they let your ass go.
Yeah.
That could have ended bad.
Yeah,
quick.
and that was the first time I went to jail down there. I went there twice. I went to jail twice there, or basically, kind of twice. So then we get down there. I'm drunk as fuck. I wander outside, and I'm outside, and these guys approach me, and they say, "Hey, man, you want to smoke some mota?" And I knew what that was. I don't know Spanish, but I know what that meant.
They look like cops?
Yeah. No, I didn't know who they were. I was just drunk.
Oh, okay.
So me being so drunk and out of it.
Fuck yeah, that sounds like a good time. Like,
I want to take a rip. I thought I was at home. I didn't know where I was at. I was just drunk. So this dude asked me to smoke, and I'm just like, hell yeah, fool. So I'm talking to them. I'm fucking, doing my thing. And then they throw the roach down, and they leave. And then just right after the cops come, And they're just like, hey, you smoking weed? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. That shit's gone. And he goes, he smells my fingers, and he's like, it was you. And they just fucking handcuff me, throw me against the wall.
Fuck.
Fucking, my homie somehow miraculously is wandering out, sees me against the wall, and says, he goes, what up? And I'm like, I don't know. You know, I'm just.
And then they grab him?
Dude. No, he just, like, they just say, get back, and he just bitches up, you know? They take me, I go in there with another guy in the backseat of a car. We're driving, and they do the whole, like, thing where they're like, we'll let you go if you got some money and shit. And they pull the move where, like, the guy, he gives them $20 and he leaves, you know? And he gets to leave, and then he's like, what about you?
All you had to give him was $20?
Yeah, something like that. It was like 40, 60, I don't know. But he comes to me, and I'm like, dude, I got my ID and my bank card. I'm like, I don't have anything, and I'm with other people. I'm driving with them. I was like, and he goes, well, you go in jail. So go to jail. I'm going to make it quicker. So I go into jail, and I get into the cell, and it's 3 bunks, concrete bunks on each side. Not even bedding. It's just concrete slabs that are made each side. So 6 people can fit in there. And there's me, old man, 2 little cholos. So when I get in there,
scoping you out and shit.
When I get in there, the cholos are asleep. So I don't even notice them, you know. I go to the top bunk and I just pass out. I'm just like, whatever, boom, you know. And then fucking, I wake up and I see them basically punking the old man, and he's telling him, give me your rings, blah blah blah. And the guy's just like, leave me alone, like, you know. And he looks up and he sees me looking at him, and I just roll over like, oh, fuck. And I'm still drunk, still.
Shit.
Guy climbs up the side. Another guy climbs up by my feet. And they're like, yeah, what's up, homie? And I'm just like, what? And he's like, where you from? And I'm like, Whittier. He's like, Whittier? Where's that? And I'm just like, California. He's like, oh, I'm from San Diego, bro. And I'm like, oh, shit. And he goes, you know, like, this is how we do it. And I go, Montel Jordan? What the fuck? I go, that sounds stupid.
He was playing.
No, he said that to me, like, and that was the first thing my mind thought. Like, do you know what
this
I mean?
Is how I. This
like,
is how we do it.
This is how we do it, dog. Like, this is how we do it. He said it like 3 times.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, I laughed in his face. Like, you know what I mean? I just basically was like, Montel Jordan? Like, the fuck? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you know,
all drunk.
And then I feel his friends start trying to grab my shoes, and they're trying to untie my boots and get my boots. So I just go, man. And he says some shit like, I'm going to sock you in the face. And I said, okay. I said, do it. You know, and I took karate. I took jujitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of these fools. You know what I mean?
You're like, I'll lay both you fools out.
So fucking.
Does he punch you?
He goes to swing at me. I just basically go towards the other dude. So I go towards the dude who's trying to take my boots. I fucking get out of there somehow and fall on top of him. And then the other dude runs up to me, and I just attack him, and I start beating the shit out of him.
Oh, shit!
And the dude jumps on my back. I'm fucking wrestling with both of them, and I finally get them both in the same spot, and I'm just fucking tagging the shit out of them, dude, like, you know? And I'm drunk, so I'm kind of, like, not giving a fuck. You know what I mean?
Shit!
So the cops come in, and they beat the fuck out of me, throw me in my own cell, right across from them. So the whole fucking next 12 hours I'm there.
They're telling you fuck you?
They're just, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you, you know, and I'm like, whatever, you're fucking Montel Jordan. I'm like, oh,
you're like, I'll fuck you up again, bro.
Yeah.
You know I can choke you out and kill you, you know that, right?
So like,
you know that you know I can fucking take your life right now with my hands. I don't need to wait for a gun.
Yeah.
I'll kill both you guys
like,
right
I'm
now.
Ready, dude.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ! Oh my God! Aren't you so glad you took that?
Oh man, dude!
Imagine if you didn't know any of that. Like me, I think that to this day.
That saved my life. Yeah.
I need to get into some Brazilian jiu-jitsu because that's like some type of shit where it's one thing to be swinging and trying to catch a fade, but it's another thing to mathematically know what you're doing.
To know this is what I need to do.
To know how to defend yourself.
Yeah, this is what I need to do to get him where I need him right now.
It doesn't matter what he is, what he looks like.
Yeah, no.
That's
especially with jiu-jitsu.
That's
like,
fucking smart.
I would teach any kid that, even if it's just basics. You know, learning how to fall, learning how to choke someone out in the need. You know what I mean? When you really need it.
Especially now.
The discipline that it takes to
imagine
be
some
that.
kid trying to do something in a class and all he has to do is just be like, boom. Have you seen those videos of those kids being bullied and the kids who know how to defend themselves just fucking straight snap an arm or beat the fuck out of somebody?
Yeah, because
what do they call it? Demobilize them or immobilize them?
Immobilize them.
Yeah, you immediately.
Yeah.
That's the best thing.
Yeah.
Because that's the best thing next to killing somebody, where instead of using any type of force, put them to bed. Yeah. Put them to sleep.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck you up, but you go right to bed. Do you feel me? So I had a story where I was in Rosarito, right? And I think I was about to get arrested, or I was about to get murdered or robbed or something. And I was with Archive, and we did a show out there as like Vociferous Few, which was like with Church, Cider, me, and fucking Archive, Spock. Everyone, we went to Rosarito after. Archive buys some herb off a bartender. Nice. Then he's just like, hey, let's go find something to smoke this out of. Yeah. But he doesn't pay this dude. So the guy's like, hey, get back over here. And we start running. And then we run into we run and we go find a cigar shop. And that's right in the little boardwalk. It's like a little it's like a little place where it's like a shopping center. Yeah. They sell like candies and fucking shoes and shit. And so like we went in there, and then they had a place where they had Optimos. So we got a blunt. As soon as we walk out, there's this young guy out there. He's just like, hey man, what's up? You guys No. He took us to go get the blunt. We're like, hey, where do we get a blunt at? Yeah. He's like, where you from? We're like, we're from fucking LA. And we're there like, oh, that's what's up. I know where to get that shit at all day. And we're like, all day? Like, this was talking like, like, who the fuck says all day? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's somebody who's from out here. So we follow this fool. He takes us to the blunt shop. Archive's all drunk. He's pulling his money out of his pocket. A big old little stack of money falls on the floor. And he's just like, oh, fuck. He goes and he picks it up and puts it in his pocket. And I see that fool looking at Archive. Yeah. He goes, I know a good place where we can go blaze it at. Archive's like, yeah, let's go. I was like, I don't know. Yeah. So we end up following this fool deep, like, towards the beach. And there's this, like, abandoned little house with a door, like, leaned up against the wall. It looked like there was a stick coming out of the ground with, like, a leash on it. And it looked like a big place. And they go, we used to keep the pigs here, pigs. And I'm like, keeping pigs in here? That's where we are. We're in rural, like, fucking Rosarito, you feel me? So we're in there, we're blazing it. We smoke the blunt, and that fool goes, hey, I'm gonna finish this blunt, and then you guys leave. Like, we're gonna smoke this? He goes, I'm gonna leave. He goes, wait 5 minutes, then you guys go. And we're like, the fuck? We're like, alright. So he leaves, and we're crouched up there. Then we hear a car pull up in the front. We're like, the fuck? And we go look, and it was a fucking van with a gang of fools in there. I don't know if they're I don't know what they could have been the cartel. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Yeah. I look, and then me and Archive look, we go, oh, fuck. We start running, and then Spock gets up. He's like, "Oh shit!" He starts walking fast. We're like, "Run!" Archive's like, Spock's like, "Fuck!" We start running. We just run. We run into the city, and we're seeing them driving around. And then we take off, and then we had to hide from the bartender now. So Archive goes over there, and I think he paid him, and so he got off our ass. But then we're like, we can't go back over there again. We were either gonna get kidnapped, or we were gonna get
shanked.
We were gonna get killed, kidnapped, or it was the cops. Yeah. And they were gonna get us.
Yeah, they don't fuck around over there, man.
So let's we've been on here for an hour, but who gives a fuck? Yeah. Joaquin Daniels, this fucking hip hop shit, dude. Let's break that down. Why is that really your real name, Joaquin Daniels?
It's actually my middle name, first name reversed.
So Daniel
Joaquin Gutierrez,
Okay, Daniel Gutierrez! Yeah. Why do I sound like a mad Chinese guy?
Yeah, so like, I told you, like, perception is a motherfucker. When you tell somebody what your name is, and then you go, Daniel Joaquin Gutierrez. And I usually say it like that because it sounds like a novella, you know?
You sound like you sound like what's his name? Zorro's name should have been.
Right, yeah.
Zorro, exactly. What is your name? Daniel Joaquin Gutierrez.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's okay. So Joaquin Daniels. It sounds like Jack Daniels. It sounds like an alcohol.
It is because Joaquin is Jackie.
Oh, so it's like alcohol then. So you have a double meaning then. You're as potent as Jack Daniels.
Exactly, and that was how I got the name, was through my grandmother. So not too many people could say they got their rap name from their grandma. So I don't know if Little Baby got his from his grandma, but
maybe he did. Maybe she's like, "Come here, Little Baby." And he's like,
"My name's Little Baby. My name's Little Baby."
I would love to hear him say like that. But yeah, that happened when I was about to be born. They were like, "Let's name him, Joaquin Daniel Gutierrez." And when you say it like that, it sounds really good. And then my grandmother came in and heard that, or she heard that, and she goes, "No, if you name him Jack Daniels, he's gonna be alcoholic, and everyone's gonna force him to drink, and blah blah blah." So she told me that story.
So Joaquin means Jack?
Yeah. It's like Jackie, Jack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she's like, you name him that, blah, 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 And
I'm horrible at Spanish.
Yeah, no, me too. I'm the worst.
Okay.
So so she says that, and when she tells me that story about it, I go, man, Joaquin Daniels. I'm like, that just sounds like a smooth drink, or like a.
It does. I just thought that.
You can see it written. You know what I mean? It has a cool
Joaquin
look and
Daniels.
sound. So I'm like,
that should be your logo. It's just a bottle.
Just a bottle, huh?
And it just says Joaquin Daniels.
I think Raheem would get mad.
Huh?
Raheem, fresh Raheem.
He has a bottle for his name?
I think his is like a Molotov with his dreads, but yeah.
But your name is Jack Daniels.
I know. I think I have a...
You should just change your name to Jack Daniels.
Back in the day when you could take, like, you can make your own little logos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I have one that I made, a Jack Daniels, like, label. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And
You
it
should
says
just call
Joaquin
yourself Jack
Daniels.
That should be your shirt.
Huh.
Like your logo, like your whole shirt be like a whole Jack Daniels logo, and that's just your shit. That'd be tight.
Or be like that Hennessy dude who got big on the
that'd be
internet.
like a cool branding.
Just fucking be like drinking bottles.
Because if they respond to you and say, "Hey, you need to stop doing that," means you're doing something right. Like, okay, I'll stop. We'll do something right. But then you got a bottle or something. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Cut me a check and I'll change it. Take me to court, you fuck. Okay, so Joaquin Daniels, how did you get in with Abstract Rude? Like, because you're still from Keep the Fill, right?
Yeah.
So how did you get into that? Like,
that all started because of, basically, I was already kind of doing rap music at that time. I lived with a roommate who was he was from this group called the Seven Chemists. So you remember them?
Who was that? Who was all in that?
Oh man,
because there's so many crazy names. Where I'm like, I think so.
You're talking like Grip, Hallucinate, and all those guys.
Holy fuck! Were they from the Blowed?
They were from Whittier. They were from like around the time that Whittier was like
J-Roz,
like when AWOL was like first getting around, and Gal and all them,
and around like J-Roz and shit too, right?
J-Roz, all them when they were first.
Because she's from out there, I think.
Get out there, yeah. They made Whittier really big. You know what I mean? And yeah, he was one of those people.
I think, dude. I don't want to miss. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. No, I don't think.
Then you also have a Crazy Race, you know.
Yeah, I know him. I know Crazy Race
representatives.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of those things where, I was doing hip hop already with somebody else, and they were getting me into my first ideas about writing and not just freestyling all the time, but making songs. Right? I kind of envied what he did, and I was like, I want to do that too. Yeah. DJing was already done. I had already did DJing for 6-7 years, so I was kind of a little burned out.
Yeah.
And then I started doing that, and I'm already doing it for maybe about a year. I had started a project that never went through, and then I took some of those verses and I turned them into my very first project.
Your own songs?
Yeah, I turned them into my own songs, the album's called Trial by Fire, and that was like 2004, 2003, something like that maybe. And when I was putting that together, when I was putting that album out, I had like 1 or 2 tracks that I was like, maybe I should get a feature or something, Just so happens, I was playing a lot of poker at the time. Going to the Commerce Casino, and I was sitting at a $100 table, and there was this dude next to me, and he had a ring on that had a scorpion on it. So I'm not thinking anything of it, and we're playing. And then we get involved into a hand, and he makes like a raise or he makes a call on me. And then
all mysterious.
Yeah,
the shadow was playing in his face. You just saw his hand.
Yeah, so then like he makes a move on
it's like
me.
Desperado.
He makes a move on me, and I see the chance to make a move back on him.
Oh.
I had to get information from him first.
And this is poker talk.
This is poker. This is
poker language, though. Because this sounds crazy.
This is inside the hand.
So information. What is that?
Yeah.
Like you were looking
so basically,
for
I want to know what range of hands he might have.
And how do you figure that?
If you can't get a question out of him or a response based off a question you present, then
you ask him.
You can needle him a little bit. You
ask by asking a question.
You could ask a question. Yeah, you could just be like, "Huh." So you probably got like king high, or you could be like, "Is my pair of queens good?" You could say something a roundabout.
Oh, okay.
Everything but
fuck with them.
I think you have aces. You could even say it, but it
makes it all awkward.
Yeah. But that whole process of it, when we're in the hand, I see a chance, which is called basically like a re-raise, where he makes a bet. I get him to make a bet so that I can raise him to really test where he's at.
So he might have something nice because he's going to want that bread. Pretty much.
So if he bets, right, and I raise him, and he calls or he raises back, I know what he might have based off of those moves. You know what I mean? So I see an opportunity to see where he's at, so I make a raise on his raise. And he says something, and his voice just resonated quickly with me because he has that voice, So he goes, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you think you got me beat? And I said, I know who you are, Abstract Rude. And he looked at me with
you got him.
Got him. Eyes as big as you could possibly make them, and he just goes, Psh, and he folds. And I was like, wow, you didn't have anything. It was a bluff. And I go, that's cool because I only had a pair. And I only had like literally like close to nothing, you know.
So what happened to that point? Who won
So
that?
he saw that I basically like outplayed him, you know. And I win the hand, I take the money, and he's like, man, you got me. What the fuck? He's like, you know who I am? I'm like, dude, I've been listening to hip-hop, blah, blah, blah.
Fuck.
And then I go,
that's insane.
So I know exactly what to say to any hip-hop artist, right? You just go, hey, you want to blaze it? I got some bomb shit in the car. So we go out of the car, we blaze it, and we instantly become homies. He had a poker night that was going on Mondays, and he goes, come through. And then that's where I met Kenny and all his friends and everything.
Kenny Siegel.
And then we started playing every Monday, you know, till like 3, 5 in the morning, you know, sometimes.
Wow.
And
at his house?
Yeah, it was a house that him and Kenny had. It was off of Sanborn in the Junction, Sunset Junction. Yeah. So that time, you know, they were living together and all that, but he had this poker night, and I met a lot of cool people out of there. I met Grouch for the first time there.
Wow.
Stuff like that, you know what I mean? It was a trip, right?
Wow.
So just being around all that, I really kind of was like, I'm not even telling him I do music at first. I was like, fuck that. Like, you know, I just want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So I offered my services, which was basically driving around, and then I had a lot of weed at the time. I was selling weed. Playing poker. That was a way to live in the 90s. If you sold weed and played poker, you could get away with a lot of shit. Yeah. So I basically was like his little roadie, you know what I mean? And just took him to a lot of places.
Shows and stuff?
Took him to places, and then, you know, he put me in situations, and then eventually found out that I did music, and it was because he came in my car and he heard me bumping something, or something came on my iPod or whatever, and he was like, what? You know? This is you? So then he goes, if you're serious about this, I'll get you in this, you know? He's like, you know, I'm from the Bloat and blah, and, you know? And I was like, hell yeah, I've always respected that. I've always respected the Bloat and who you guys are and all that. I said, I'm down. So from that moment, it wasn't like the pick of destiny or nothing like that, but it was, though. That's the best way to describe it, because it was literally me and him sitting down like this, talking about music, and then trying to figure out where my strengths were at. Like, I've literally performed in front of him just like this at his mom's house in the backyard. Damn. And that was basically my introduction to basically representing Project Blowed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, because you were getting put on by one of the not founders, but one of the OGs.
And you're getting tested there. You're getting tested and put through what Project Blowed was about, like the whole basics of what it was. It was a workshop. It was making people better, and it was that. And he already knew that I didn't cuss a lot, and I wasn't that type of person. So he was like, just do your thing, and I'll just see where you're at. And then, you know, he never really wrote anything for me. The only thing he ever did was really just ride me to be better and to get better and to want to be better, you know, and that's really what it's been this whole time, you know. So my whole career's been about really trying to show myself and him that I deserve to be in the room, in the area with this, you know, to represent it.
You felt to be worthy.
Yeah.
Like you didn't want to go there because he has probably a million people that want to be a part of him, and so you're just like
to be his right hand man.
Like, oh fuck, like we're vibing on some other shit, you know. And then you don't want to make it all weird and creepy and stuff. And then
I don't want to take advantage of him. I don't want.
Well, you don't want him to.
And
then you don't want him to feel forced. You just want it to be natural. You don't want it to be forced. Like, oh, this is a homie, now I gotta put him on.
But it is a different dynamic though, because he explained.
But
it
you're tight though. You're not whack.
Because we were homies for 6-8 months before he knew, you know. But it was one of those things where it's like, it was very well explained where, you know, we're homies, right? And that's what we're on. But as artists and this and that, there's something that you need to understand, which is you can't think that you're on my level until you're there, maybe. Or until you really get that pass, you're not there, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that you work on all the time. I guess I've put that as a goal, you know, myself to really get there, you know, just to be one of the best artists I could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I think that's really what that's what separates certain things, and I think that's why, because a lot of people it's like that's pretty much the only ways to get into the Blowed now. And I don't even think there's even a way. I don't even know if there's...
I don't think there really is a way anymore.
I think it's just is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, Bus Driver was pretty much the last, like, Good Life, right? Representative, and Blowed, because he, like, kind of merged and bridged that gap, you know? And then you have, you know, and, like, dumbfounded, and your era, really our era, started to take over. You know,
and
what I mean?
was just because
and that's the true blowed
right.
way. You know what I mean?
It was like a resurgence in a sense.
Yeah.
And then now it's more like, since everything's like kind of, I don't even know why it is. I think everyone is just onto their own things, and it didn't. Why do you think it just didn't keep moving? Why do you think it's just not?
Because a workshop takes someone to stay there and watch over the farm and feed the animals while everything else is happening outside. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Because then on the business sense, it probably wasn't.
Because all these artists, they practice so hard at being artists, right? And then the movie, the documentary that Ava did actually really goes into
Is it still
that.
on Netflix? I think
Oh, yeah, it should be. Yeah, it's on HBO too, I think.
Yeah.
But it's really
Watch
about
it, you
concentrate. LA Cool says we concentrated so hard at being artists. Business never really came into it.
Right.
And that's why people took advantage of it, and that's why it turned into what it turned in. But when you have all these artists who want to go out and be in the world, and they want to go out, there needs to be somebody who sticks around.
Like a manager.
And actually has to sacrifice their talent and what they do so that they can allow something to come back home to.
That's kind of like what Punch did with TDE when there's, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there's a guy Punch. I think I think he still raps every now and then, but he's more focused on pushing TDE and getting, making sure, like you said, let them be artists and let it, someone watching over the farm while everyone's getting it in, sacrificing themselves.
Exactly.
So I think, so now it's just it was Ben Caldwell who was doing it, who ran the actual workshop. Mm-hmm. So what's up with that? It's not a.
It became something that kind of faded away because it wasn't.
I mean, these are things that I've heard about, but I'm trying to hear it from, like, you probably might know a little bit more.
I've learned a lot. I can't say I've been there. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's funny because it took me a long time to even say it with really true like balls.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm from Project Blowed, y'all. Like, that takes a lot of nuts, especially to say it in front of an LA Cool, to say it in front of a Dumbfounded or No Can or something like that. You have to really be able to, like, represent that correctly,
Exactly, because it was funny, because when I was getting into the Blowed, I remember, like, doing something and asking LA Cool, like, hey, how do I know when I'm in the Blowed? He's like, you'll know. And I'm like, what fucking kind of answer is that? Like,
there is no.
But they're testing you, dude.
Yeah,
They have to want you a part of it, and you'll know.
Yeah.
Because they'll just people will just start fucking with you. There's and that's one of my first experience to being like, you are what you put in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it took me battling MC Deucer to going to Husky Radio and playing a fucking song called Brotherhood of the Death, and LA Cool was like, dang, that sounds like some Alex Jones shit. Come to my studio.
Yeah.
Go to a studio, we record Last Survivor, had a rock and beat. He was feeling it. I go, and then we do a song with Giants where John Black was like, he wanted me on the song so bad, he was just like, nah, I'll get on the song just so we could be enough MCs so we can get on the song. Yeah. And Cool would send me, he goes, you only get one take. You have to write it in the other room.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of MCs here, bro. So you only get one try. And if that shit's fucked up, bro, that's it. You ain't on the song.
Which is the way it should be.
And I was like,
but it's sad because you see how many.
But it turned me into a monster.
Yeah.
A monster.
Which is the best part about it. Yeah.
I thank him every day for that.
Yep.
I thank him every day for that.
Yeah.
And then when I go to the fucking Project Blowed anniversary, we do the song Giants. And he was like, yeah, I'll put you on the guest list. I'm going to do this and that. He didn't put me on the guest list.
Yeah.
I get to the door, and I was like, he was pretty much seeing, he was pretty much seeing what, make it happen, bro. Because no one put shit for me to make it happen. I made it happen.
Yep.
I took the opportunities. And that's what that taught me, is you got to know how hungry you are.
Yep.
You got to just be willing to eat anything.
Yeah.
You got to be willing to make anything happen. So when I went there, I told, fucking, what's that fool's name? Fuck, man. Heinz Buchanan.
Yeah, Heinz.
Yeah, he was there. He had no idea who I was. I got into the event. I'm like, yeah, cool, put me on the list. LA Cool put me on the list. He's like, your name's not on here, man. I was like, I'm supposed to be on there. LA Cool said that. He's just like, alright. I was like, I'm gonna be on stage, man. I need a rap. He's like, if I don't see you on stage, I'm kicking you the fuck out of here. And I was like, you'll see me on stage.
Yeah.
And I even said it to him. I pointed at him walking backwards. You'll see me on stage,
right?
Walking. And
right.
I was like, yes. And then I was getting backstage, and then I remember Cool was like, yo, remember your verse for Giants, because you might be able to rap. So when I get on stage, Mr. CR hands me a mic. This is recorded.
Yeah.
It's online. It's the Project Blowed 16th anniversary is when I got on, and or when I felt like I got on. So like, rest in peace, Ganja K.
Right. Peace.
Rest in peace, Ganja K. He was on stage, and he was sick at the time, and I remember they were like, oh, I'm gonna rap my verse, and then Cool was like, nah, Ganja K, he's gonna rap. He's sick. We don't know how long,
Yeah.
he's gonna get it. And I was like, okay, cool. So then, John Black, I love him to death. That's my guy. He had no idea that Cool told me that, right? So I'm on stage. I don't have a mic, and John Black made that beat. At first, the first person to rap is, I think it's Volume 10 or Born Allah or somebody. I think it's Volume 10.
A fucking
and
legit artist.
Yeah, dude. He had just barely came back, right? Dude. And I was like, I'm doing a song with Volume 10.
Yeah.
So I still think that, I love Volume 10, and so I went on after Volume 10. Or I don't know who I went on after it. I remember having that, getting touched, and him handing me the mic, and I'm holding the mic like, oh shit, I'm looking at the crowd, and I'm seeing these 66 people like, yes, like, fuck yeah. And then, what's it called? Fucking, I have the mic, and then Cool, Mr. CR goes and says, he takes a mic, and then that's when he whispers that to me, and I was like, oh fuck. Then John Black comes and hands me another mic and goes, go ahead, do it, spit your verse.
Yeah.
And I go, and then it's only 8 bars.
Yeah.
Y'all wrote 8 bars.
Yeah.
So, LA Cool was gonna cut off, what's his name? Ganja K. So when the bars started, he was like, yo.
Yeah, he takes up like that to get into it.
Yeah, and so it was a couple bars already, and I just was like already thinking the lines, and I jump into right where that part was, and I just started spitting over Ganja K. And I love you, Ganja K. I had to do what I had to do, but you know what I'm saying?
Trust me,
he understood it because we became friends after that.
Exactly.
So I went and I started spitting it, and then I see LA Cool look at me with this look like, you motherfucker, how did you get a mic? And I see John Black next to me like this, and then like I'm spinning it, I finish my verse, and I get off stage, and I see him in the back, and I go to Cool, and I walk, I'm walking on stage. This is how I knew I was good, is I was walking up, and I saw, I don't think it was Dumbfounded. I know it was, Tumex, Verbs, Lyriflip, and Satire, I think.
Yeah.
And the Psychosis. They were all in the back. It was right there at the Dub Club.
Yeah.
And they were smoking, and they're like, yo, dope shit, bro. That shit was
yeah,
tight, man. They're like, welcome, man.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm in. I'm like, oh, I'm smoking the joint, like.
Yeah, no.
And I walked out. I saw Exist Stereo. I walk up to Exist, like, I want to take a picture with Exist. That's when pictures were first coming in, where you could take pictures and like post them or like do stuff with them, or just have pictures on your phone and shit. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. I'm fucking crazy. So I saw Exist. And then I was like, yo, can I take a picture? He's like, yo, dope shit up there, dude. Yeah. He shook my hand. He was like, that's what's up, man. Like, you were up there with some real big hitters, some OGs. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, I was.
Yeah, man.
I did it. And then I walked outside, I saw Cool. And I walked up to Cool, I was like, yo, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it. He's like, nah, man. He's like, you passed your test, man. Yep. He's like, welcome. And I was like, what the fuck? And I looked around like, this is it. And then it got to the point where, like, I would ask, I'm not gonna put no names out there because you gotta pay everybody, you feel me? But then I was getting love, which I don't call it free, I call it love, from people that normally would probably charge a nice penny to do things, and I was getting paid, like, to do features. Yeah. Like I got paid to do a feature with Mad Child. Like I should be paying for that feature, but people like they paid me to be on a song with Mad Child. Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck, like okay, I'm not gonna let you down. So that's why when I did battle rap and would do my battles, I would rep it, and I felt like it. And that's why some people be like, who are you? Why do you feel the need to rep the Blowed? Or I've never seen you around. Be like, bro, here, and I put a number down. What number's that? That's LA Cool, bro. Yeah. Hit up my OG. Yep. And they're just like, oh, Cool put you on? Yes. Yep. Yes. Yeah. Are we done here? Okay. You fuck. Yeah. And then they go ask Cool. Cool's like, that's my guy. Yeah, and that's why till this day,
it took me forever to get love. I won't say forever to get love from Cool, maybe from Tumex, but from Cool. Cool wanted to see me go through it all.
He's that dude.
He wanted to see me go through it all
because he went through it all.
Yeah,
and that's what makes him who he is. Yep. You know, and I understood that, and I thank him for till this day, and that's why I told them when I got this whole A-Hat shit, I said, I said, you guys are fucking, come too, dude.
Yeah.
I'm here, you're here, dude.
Yep.
That's why I invited you. We were talking. I didn't even think twice. Get your ass over here. If you're free, let's do this podcast. And it worked out this way.
Right.
Because it's like, it's all about, we're all we got. At the end of the day, like, I don't want to be all in some shit like this when motherfuckers are not here no more. Yeah. We're here now. So I want to show people I love and respect, that, like, if motherfuckers were to get it, I would hope they'll look out for me. But that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I just have a bunch of talented friends who the world needs to see, and that we're fucking sick, dude. Like, we're just sick, and I just feel like there just hasn't been a representative that stuck and was just willing to be like, fuck it. And I think, like, not battle rap is the end-all, be-all, say-all, or whatever the fuck, but I think that this is another bridge as a new form of, like expression and to put out, and for people of the new generation to go look and see what the fuck has happened in the past. Yep. Right? Yeah. It's like, even with the new, like, look at the Tupac movie. Yeah. There's more people that know about Tupac now that didn't know about him because they went and saw that movie. Same thing with NWA. Yeah. And even though people are like, I don't like Tupac, I don't like this, it's making people have to think and have to give an opinion and have to be like, oh, maybe I do like him, maybe I don't, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. This is all good. We all need to talk. We need to communicate. Get off of the fucking phone, because you're not communicating. You're dealing with people who are going through, like, being on Facebook and Twitter and all that is depressing.
It does, yeah.
It depresses me. I've seen the most disgusting things ever on Facebook. Right? And I've been
that you don't want to see. Like what is it with the that was that thing going around with the dogs when they're beating up the dogs.
They're burning in them.
Yeah, like what is that? Like why?
Dude, why are you
gonna show us that?
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
I saw people abusing their fucking kids, like abusive shit. You have to scroll past that shit, dude. And I was thinking, like, dang, I'm depressed, and it gives me anxiety because there's like a weird thing in our head. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm a psychopath. But there's a weird thing in my head where sometimes I'm like always looking at there to see what's going on, and if I don't have it on me, it feels like I'm missing something, and I'm like, whoa, I can't be like this. Well, you know, I gotta not be so like. It just always feels like there's never enough. We're always looking like, I just need more. Like, I need to make it. I need this.
Like, it's like fear, right?
I might miss that call.
The way they used to do that on TV, where you would watch the news, and then people who watch the news all the time started getting very paranoid and stuff like that, right? Because they feed it to you in the form of information. So when you feel like, I'm watching this to get smarter, I'm watching this to gain access to awareness,
or I'm getting the right things.
Yeah,
these people wouldn't do
exactly.
Give me the wrong
you're
thing.
Going to them to seek that, right? I'm watching the news. I want to know what's going on today. I want to know what's happened in my community and all this stuff. But they tell you all the bad things. So now it's like fear's only pumped into my information.
You know what would be cool? If they had a certain time on the news where they had like an hour of just positive speaking and energy, and just, it's gonna be okay.
I like it when it turns into like normal life. Like, remember Boguslawski? Remember that guy? You know what grinds my gears?
Oh, yeah.
You know this guy right here. He's parked, double parked.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing. He's 42. Who is he?
Who the fuck is this guy, yeah?
We're gonna go talk to him right now, and then he just like comes up to you.
I want a motherfucking mozzarella sandwich.
Yeah, they catch the guy coming out of like a 7-Eleven. And they're like, you're the guy who's double parked. Who are you?
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, he's just like, who the fuck are you? And he's like, you grind my gears. Like,
you fucking grind my gears.
He was awesome because
it takes you away from just being fed nothing but crazy shit, because we know there's a bunch of crazy shit, but it just feels like there's no, I think the worst part is it's anxiety because there's no end result. Imagine seeing something on loop, just a wave smashing on loop. And it's always just gonna be like, when's it stop? Or like, or a video of just like, imagine seeing a video of someone jumping towards the earth. Like skydiving, but it just keeps looping. It just looks like it's you're just forever traveling, and there's just anxiety. Like, when is it gonna hit? That's what the news is. There's no results. There's no way out. Like, they show the bad, but they don't show this is how it fixed.
Yeah.
You know, or that's a horrible way to say it.
What we're doing about it.
Yes, there you go. Like,
how are we coming together? You know,
what is that called? What is the fucking when you don't have a fuck, man? I'm so stuck with I'm dumb. I'm so stuck with words. I don't know my words, and I'm a rapper.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, when you're so, I don't know. But what I'm saying is that it should have fuck, man. There should be,
like a break from it, from the monotony of the fear.
Well, there's stuff, no, right? You know how they say, like, oh, you have all these conspiracy theories, but what's the resolution? There's no resolution. It never gets resolved. We just see the problem, but we don't see the answer. What the fuck's the answer? How do we fix this? Come on, government, tell us. What are we doing fucking wrong? And they can tell us, but like they're probably going to give us the fucked up shit.
It's like those dogs that they show us. They're like, we're not going to stop their holiday. If that's what it really is, if that's what they're trying to show us, and it's really information that can be viable.
Right? Yeah.
It's a video, so it's kind of hard to deny it.
The context of it.
But what it really is, you know, and they make it look like it's a holiday, and let's stop their holiday from happening. If it's been happening that long, then how are you going to stop that?
Just don't go over there.
You know, how are you going to stop cockfighting? How are you going to stop prostitution and gambling and all that?
How are you going to stop fucking...
You this is what people do. This is what they did when they first got over here.
But we always stick our nose in other people's business.
West, right?
You know, and I don't say, you know, that stuff is good. I don't want to see dogs get burnt like that.
No.
But I'm like, you know, that shit is just kind of disgusting to see it, you know, and I think it shouldn't be broadcasted like that. But at the same time, I want to know what's going on too. So it's like, it's actually probably the best news. Just don't click. It's probably the best news. That's why I like listening to Rogan, because or listening to, not even just Rogan. I like listening to a bunch of different podcasts, because I know that they're not being filtered, they're not being told what to say, and then they bring on people who are also scientists or fucking smart in that place where you go do your research, and this person is, so you're getting good information. It's not just Joe Rogan's ideas. You're actually going on a show where he's bringing on people who are talking about real shit, from climate control to fucking global warming to fucking mushrooms and how our bodies are made out of that, and people who you know, who worked at the marine land, and we're talking about killing whales and shit like that. Like, there's things where that stuff was not going to get broadcasted on the news, and if it is, it's going to be like, well, they're going to keep cutting them off, and they're going to be like, Joan, are you going to let me talk, or are you going to keep cutting me off? Well, I'm sorry, we can't talk about that. And they're just cut people off because
they cut off the two most important parts of news. You know, the who, what, why, where, and when, right? They cut out the why, and they cut out the when. So all you know is who, what it is they're doing, and that's it. You know, and it's just so directive, like, you know, this guy's bad, and it's the way the world has become. You know, a person says, this person's a racist, there's this, there's that. Like, before the videos started resurfacing, all these people catching, you know, these permit patties and all this kind of stuff, right, that have been happening.
Oh, yeah.
You know, before that, those videos started happening, that's been happening for ages, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
how many times has a lady been mad at you playing around as a kid and probably either told your mom or you've been had cops calling you for hanging out?
For sure, yeah. Just being in an area where, you know, there was a lot of gang activity. Whoever you hung out with, wherever you were walking, whatever, you know, you always were aware, kind of, you know, what cops were going to think of you. You know, if they seen you walk out of like a gang-infested area, and they're like, why? It's usually either you have drugs or you're part of the gang, and it's just like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that whole, it's just always the perception of everything. I always look at it that way, because that's the only way to really figure out really what's going on. When you get the whole scope of it all, you hear it all, which we don't always get, you know, through our experiences, I think we could figure out and dial them down to what they might be. People's actions, they really show you a lot, you know, the way people talk to you, the way they look at you, the way they address other people, you know, all those things. We have to constantly analyze those things. I like that.
Yeah, it's a different time, for sure. You know, and it's kind of better because we get to make our own minds up. But at the same time, if you don't check your resources and you're so easy on just accepting anything, you'll easily be led down the path of shit, and you'll end up just eating a whole bunch. Your whole insides will be full of shit. You'll be shitting shit and eating shit and just be full of shit.
Yep.
So you got to really watch not even what you eat, but what you fucking mentally eat, you know, because that shit'll fuck you up. So I guess it's kind of good that, I mean, it's just it gets disturbing because I don't think I was ready to see that much truth.
Yeah,
and be like, what the fuck? And
but you had to do it in everything else. I mean, are there? You don't have to say any names, but I'm sure there were rappers or artists or something that you met and they just weren't personally what you thought they were gonna be. And I'm sure a lot of people run into that thought. You know, you meet your favorite artist, and if they're really nice to you, you're a fan forever.
Well, that's why I love Rogan so much, because when I met him, he was fucking... He was what I expected him to be. Yeah. I was like...
And that's a hard pressure to put on someone, but it is really like, you know, the people that follow you, they follow you deeply, you know?
Dude, when I seen him, it was like I met him at the Comedy Store, and I walked in, and I saw him, Bert Kreischer and Red Band sitting in a hidden bar in the back, which I was able to get into, you know, because I was with the homie, and I ended up seeing them sitting down talking on the podcast shit, and hearing them. It sounded like I was listening to a podcast, and I was trying so hard not to fanboy out and just stare and record it. And shit,
I still fanboy to this day,
dude. And then he went to I seen him walk out. He went to the restroom, and I chased after this dude, and I waited outside, and I fucking was like, "Can I?" Shook his hand, like I'm a big fan.
I just took a piss.
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that. I was right outside at the Comedy Store, and he was like, "Man, there's no towels. My hands are wet." And that he wiped it upon himself, and I was just. I didn't even register that he said that. My hand was just still out, like.
He was like, please.
Yeah, please. Just
give me some attention.
Just give me he goes, I swear he shook my hand and goes, I swear that's not piss. And I was just like, holy shit. And then he took a picture with me. He goes, yeah, look, come on, take a picture, man. He took a picture. He smiled. He looked like he was, but then I seen him talking to Bert, and I heard him giving him tips on it. He was like, man, I didn't know about my set that night, man. And he was like, well, you gotta think, man. And he was just the same person. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I made it seem like I didn't care that he was sitting there. So I was pretty much leaving it to where like he was able to be himself. So, but he just seemed cool, dude. And I was like, you know what? I was glad that happened. So I will put his name out there that he was fucking cool. Tom Segura was cool as fuck. I'm gonna say this one time I saw Tom Segura. He walked out and I was like, oh shit, Tom. I put my hand out like to say what's up, like a hi, like, oh shit. He just went, what's up? He just walked right past me, and I was like, oh, I put my hand down and looked down on the ground, and then he just totally just stopped, spun around and walked back towards me. He goes, that was a very asshole move to do. I'm sorry. He put his hand out. He goes, my name's Tom. I was like, I know who you are. My name's Ryan. He's like, nice to meet you. He's like, are we cool? I was like, we're cool. He's like, all right, man, enjoy. And he walked away. I was like, that was fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, man.
That was really cool. That's, you know. Dope. Russell Peters was I'm just using comedians because I think
you've been in that scene right now.
I've met most of the rappers that it was like, you know, I've met like Absol, I've met Method Man, I've met a lot of my favorite rappers, E40, Sway, to where it's like rappers will be rappers. I don't think I get let down, you know. The one person that was really mean that I'll say his name right now was DJ Quick. He was a fucking kind of rude. Okay. You know, I ran into him at Amoeba, and I'm saying this to you because just maybe you should hear it. Maybe you don't know we're being rude, and I really don't. I love what you did on All Eyes on Me, but I'm just, you know, as a fan, I walked up to him, and you know, there wasn't a lot of people around him. Like a lot of people were just kind of like letting him do his thing. Yeah. I fanboy. That's DJ Quick. Yeah. You know, so I saw him and I was like, oh shit! I walked up. I was like, hey, are you DJ Quick? And because he kind of looked a little low key. He was like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, you think I could take a picture? He's like, nah. And I was like, not right now. Or I think he did say not right now. Yeah. I was like, oh. And then that was that. I was like, because you're shopping, huh? He's like, yeah. I was like, fucking dick. Like, why are you being like that, bro? Like, oh shit, that's what's up, bro. Hell yeah, nah, bro. I'm fucking. Not that I expect that, but don't expect me to sit here and not say your name or watch out. That's what you're gonna put out.
Yeah, it comes with your experience, and the moment has to be analyzed.
Yeah, so I'll say him right now that I don't ever wish to meet him again.
But as an outside looking in, I would say
because I don't ever do that. No one ever walk up and say, "Hey, Mel Dunn," and not that I'm DJ Quick, but. Those are people that are paying your bills. Those are people that are putting money in your pocket.
No, yeah, I agree.
What if everyone stopped caring about DJ Quick? Yeah. Then what? Would he still be having or walking around with that attitude? Maybe because he's pissed.
Yeah.
But if I was supposed to respect the fact that you're doing this and respect the fact that I fanboyed out of you. You probably shouldn't be a rapper if you and walking around like that. You should probably send someone out to go buy your records for you because you don't like interacting with people because you're so famous.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? I just
It's
was trying to say hi to you.
I feel it.
And you could have even have said no in a nicer way, and I just didn't like it. So, yeah. So
what do you think would have salvaged that?
Nothing. I think just more of him just
only
treating me like a person, not just treating me like I'm a peasant. Like,
I get that part.
I didn't even need the picture.
But I'm saying like. Okay.
And then I asked him. I said, "Hey," because he does songs with my homie Kelly Smooth, and I said, "Hey, do you know my friend does music with you? I want to know if you know him." He's like, "Who is it?" I was like, Kelly Smooth." He's like, "Nah, I don't know that name." He knows that name. And I was like, "John Paul?" He's like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, you're even disrespectful." Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
See, that's a
but
different
he was
level,
doing
right?
that because I think he just didn't want to let me in.
He was trying to basically cut you off from.
He didn't want no conversation.
The idea of thinking that you guys are in the industry together, or you guys are on the same level.
And I think, and I know that was when I said that at the end because I was just trying to be like I didn't know if I did something wrong. Like was there something that I didn't see? Was there guards around saying like no, don't touch him, or everyone knows to stay away? Like was there a memo that I didn't get?
No,
you know because I felt like I did everything right. I didn't approach him in crazy. I didn't even touch him. I just said, "Hey, dude, what's up?" He was looking at vinyls right behind the hip hop color, like if you in Amoeba, where all the T's and the CDs and where the vinyl starts for hip hop and the soul.
Yeah,
he was right
with
there.
The 45s.
He was right. Like I turned around, he was right there.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Holy fuck!" And yeah, there's nothing that he could have salvaged. I think it was just more like I just didn't. My interaction with him, I didn't like. And I think if someone is really that excited to see you, like. How hard is it really?
Yeah, it's not hard, but I know there's.
I'm not gonna. I'll still buy his album. I'm actually looking for Under the Influence, and I still fuck with DJ Quick, but I don't want to meet him again.
Yeah.
I would rather leave it like that. I'd rather know him like this. Like I don't want to meet Eminem.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet him because I don't want it to destroy it for me. But Rogan. I even said it myself before I met Rogan.
Settled in with you with him,
Yes.
I could do that.
And he was and it's the comedians because hip hop is what it is, but it's the comedians. This guy's been in movies. These people are on TV shows. These like John Letterman used to go to the fucking Comedy Store. Jim Carrey started off at the Comedy Store.
They grew up in a more humble environment than we do.
But it's like these guys are more famous, so these guys will be the guys who be like, "Fuck you, get out of here," or be like, "No."
Yeah, but being a great comedian doesn't.
I saw Dave Chappelle. He looked me in my eyes and was saying, "I'm not gonna say the word he said." He goes, "Man, what's up? What's up? Yeah. What's up, my ninja? What's up, my ninja?" But he said the real word, And he had a speaker over his ear, and he was like bumping it, and he was playing Talib Kweli.
Nice.
And I was like, just for him to do that, was like, "You're fucking cool, dude. You're Dave Chappelle." He could have easily have been like, "Hey, Dave's coming out. You guys need to walk away."
Yeah.
He just walked out. Was just like, "What's up?"
And those are the best type of people you meet.
I want to take a picture. The girl's like, "No, he's getting ready for his set." I was like, "Okay." And he was just like, "Yeah," bumping Talib Kweli and fucking Mos Def, just like
getting in his zone.
Yeah. And I was like, "Okay, he's cool. Okay, cool." Then I seen Rogan. He's fucking cool. Russell Peters walked by. I said, "Yeah, man." Put my hand up. He fucking high-fived me hard. Fuck yeah, dude. Who you here to see? I'm just here to throw these rap battles cool.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee. Every time he walks by me, "What's up, man? How you doing?" He remembers me. And I'm like, fucking Bobby Lee. Like,
oh yeah.
To me, that's why I think I like. I don't know what happened. I think there was a shift in my mind to where I stopped taking myself so seriously and stopped being like, I'm not shit. Not that I'm not shit compared to them, but as far as like me being like, I can't do this or I don't know, or hey, you want to do this show? If they're my people, I don't have no bro. I like you. Don't pay me shit.
Yeah.
I don't want anything.
But I don't know
Just
if there
give me
is
a
that
fucking weed.
Is that type of thing in comedy?
What?
Because like
there probably is, but the people I've ran into, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, because like is being a dope comic, right? And walking into the room around comics, the same feeling as a rapper who's really good, right? Walking into a room with a bunch of rappers.
Well, yes, because it's I don't know, because I don't consider myself a comic yet. So I think I'm just more on the whole mind state of like because when they come around, like if Martin Lawrence was to walk in.
Kobe's back.
My Kobe Bryant's back.
Kobe's back. Helicopter's back.
If Martin Lawrence if Martin Lawrence was to show up
Yeah.
and do a set, other comedians are gonna be like, fuck, this fool's gonna come and do a fucking.
Well, there's still the
steal a
sense
set.
of competition,
Yeah.
but I think because of how they cultivate what they do, right? They tend to back each other up a little bit better. I don't know if they do or not, but
Yeah.
I think in rap it's just competition no matter where you go. It's like on site. Like you almost feel like it's almost like some gang stuff, because I've ran into people and they'll say they're a rapper, and because I'm from the Blode, I have to be like, "Oh, you rap? Well, let's rap." Like, do you know what I'm saying? I have to almost
Or
challenge
you
them.
always have to be the one to freestyle.
Yeah, like
and
when
come and
somebody
crush
says,
it.
"Oh, you rap? Let me hear you rap." You can't be like, "Well, you know, I got
I
stuff
only
on
rap-
YouTube and
you
you
got a
watch
beat?"
that." It's like, no, I'm from the Blode. I represent wherever it's needed, whenever it's called upon. When somebody says, "Are you a rapper?" You say, "Yes, I'm from the Blode. Check this out."
I remember I used to take the asshole approach, and people would be like, "Hey, Spib," like, "Man, fuck no, man. Why do you want me to rap?"
Yeah.
And I would be like that. I would be a dick,
Yeah.
and it would be like, or like, because I would feel like don't ask me that, dude. Do I walk if you're a cook?
Yeah.
Do I say, "Hey, go make me a fucking sandwich"?
And
You
they
know
do
what I'm
that to
saying?
comedians, though. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah, they
tell a
do
joke."
that. But then that's like also the thing that if you hear every comedian where it's like, "Oh, do you ever have people that aren't comedians that are your friends?" They'll be like, "Yeah." And then what's the thing that you hate? The first thing they say is they either give you a option, or they either give you like, have you ever told a joke? Here's a joke you can use.
Oh, yeah,
or it's
yeah,
like,
they
or
wanna
fucking,
give you ideas.
or it's like, tell me a joke. Or same
Yeah.
thing with rapping. Oh, you know what you should make a song about? You should make a song about politics, duh. Make a song about Trump, man. Just make
Yeah.
a song about how things are going, dude.
Yeah.
Or,
No,
why don't
it's
you
just a little
fucking,
that way.
here's an idea. Have you ever set a bar like this?
Yeah.
You know, it's
Or
just
what
like,
you could have said.
Yeah.
Just everything that comes into it.
yeah, you know what I would, or, do you ever listen to Post Malone, man? You ever try singing? You ever try doing that with it? It's like, bro,
Yeah.
you know, that's the thing that's like, cringy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like, that's something that like, where I would automatically assume, like, and that's one thing I'll admit that I had to grow into, where I took myself really too seriously. I was thinking, you know, I'm like, a lot of things in my head would pump me up, and I'd be like, yeah, fucking, you know, I'm from here, I did this, like,
Yeah.
fuck away from me, dude. Like,
I think being modest and humble with yourself is the first thing that you have to, because, you know, I put myself in situations where I've
well, it brings you
failed
down.
miserably, and you have to, because if you don't, you never know what it's like to actually feel like you're about to lose.
Well,
and
you
to get
just-
into that mode where, like, no, I need to fight for this. This is what I love. This is where my passion
Well,
is.
you're pushing people away,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you don't know who that person could have been.
Yeah. That too.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it could have been someone that would have helped you in your life. Not even given you something, but would have just been what if that friendship would have led in, and not like you need to look to get something out of it, but it's, what do we gain out of being negative? I didn't gain anything. If anything, I gained stress, I gained depression, I gained enemies, I gained business decisions that went awry, but I also gained lessons. I also gained experience. I also gained the knowledge of who was really there and who was not, and I also know myself a lot better. You know,
no, which is important, the most important.
As for stand up too, you know, and this whole thing is really around stand up, because that's why I really want to talk to you, because I think we need bonding with people to go that are going to be there for you and be like, come on, like, it gets scary.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who to talk to, and everybody that has reached out to me, I don't know them, and I feel uncomfortable. I know you.
Yeah.
I've been around. We haven't had millions of conversations, but we've been to San Diego together on the road. We've done stuff together to where I'm like, I wouldn't mind being around you and going and studying at a comedy, like, you know, and I don't have, like, I have friends like that, but there's dudes that, like, I just don't, like, I don't click with them like that. Like, they don't smoke, and like, I'm trying to be someone, I'm like, man, I need to go smoke a bowl.
Are they just don't share your same opinions?
They're just like,
stuff,
it's just like weird. It's like they want to do it because they think it's cool, but then in the real life, it's like a bunch of just like weird fences up, and they're just like really weird with it. And I'm like, man, I need a blaze. Wait, you're just gonna do that? It's like,
yeah, you gotta find the people that work with you and not try to force their stuff onto you. And there's so many, I won't say artists, I'll say just producers in general, just to narrow it down, that I've literally just stopped working with them instantly. And just because of a conversation we had.
And they're probably dope.
And even if they're dope, it doesn't matter, because you hear something that they say, like,
if you can't vibe with them, there's no point.
Yeah, like I've heard this from a couple people that I've stopped working with before, where they go, you know, dog, we just got to make this song, and then it's going to blow up. It's going to be the summer hit. We're going to make $1 million, and then we're just going to chill. And it sounds like such a great idea from their perspective. But I'm just like, do you realize like what you're asking? You realize what you think's gonna happen?
Should I punch you right now? Yeah. Or I'm gonna fire on you later.
Yeah, like fuck, like we haven't even made a song yet, and you're talking about $1 million.
Yeah, it gets creepy like that.
It's like I could see when you hear a song produced and it's mixed and mastered and it's bumping, and then you bring your friends over and they're like, hell yeah, this is the shit. Then you know we got something great. But
even then, you got to be like at a Drake level to make $1 million off of hip hop.
Off of one song, you got to do a ringtone or a commercial or something.
Well, you got to go viral.
Yeah, you got to be the Seinfeld riff.
You got to be
viral.
viral.
Make money, you want to be the Seinfeld.
You got to pay. You got to go get that shit on World Star. You got to do some. You got to like look at my guy Tekashi. He tatted his. Look at what he did for the bag. He tatted his forehead, put 6 9s everywhere, went crazy, dyed his hair rainbow, started doing crazy shit. But then. You know what I'm saying? You ask him, hey, who's your inspiration? DMX. DMX? My guy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm smart. So he's just trolling. He's on some like, this is how you look at Daylight. Everyone's like, that fool's whack. That fool shits on stage. Yeah, but he battled Ab-Soul at the end of his album. Yeah. He got bars. Yeah. He's fucking actually about to get signed with TDE or he's fucking with Punch and all them fools. Yeah. He got bars.
He was the only person that had... I won't even say a rebuttal, but say something that mirrored what Eminem did at the BET Cypher, right? About Trump and all that. He was the only one that was able to answer that. And actually, where people were like, I want to listen to what he has to say.
Yes.
Because they know how good he is with what he was going to craft. Like,
have you seen that viral freestyle where that guy's walking and he's like walking up and saying why he's going to go smoke somebody? He's like, man, I'm like, I can't be a bitch. And it's like a viral video. Like you see him walking down the street. Yeah. He's like, I can't be a bitch. This dude did this and this. I gotta catch him. I can't be a snitch. He's walking down the street and this guy's following him. And then it's like watching somebody doing a video, like how they do on Facebook where they're recording somebody like about to go hit a murder, like how murders are being recorded. Yeah. And it's a rap clip. And he walks up and he shoots the guy in the head and they have graphics. It shoots him and it's like it was a great video.
Well thought out.
Yeah. Well thought out. And really it goes to being creative. And if you're not a creative, if you're in there to get bagged, then you're obviously not creative. Because if you can't create something that's tight that people are going to want to invest into, then you're not a creative. Yeah. You're probably not going to get that. You're better off using your money some else way or whatever you're going to do, and try to invest in the stocks in the Migos or invest stocks in the atmosphere. Yeah. Or maybe you could take that money and go fuck yourself because that's why things are the way they are. But it takes one thing. It takes a lot. It's the hardest, easiest thing ever.
Yeah, it's getting ready your whole life for one moment that could make or break you, and you don't know if that moment is the moment.
You don't even know what the moment is.
Like, I've rapped in front of one of my favorite artists of all time.
Who?
Redman.
You rapped like a cipher or a verse?
I asked him if I could spit a verse for him.
Where were you? How did you do that? Where were you guys at?
I was at. This just happened.
You walked up on him?
Yeah,
was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Okay, say that story. Let me know what happened. You fuck. You're saying it happened like years ago.
Yeah, I know. Like I'm trying to add credits to myself.
Come here, Cha-Cha. Yeah. Come here.
But like, so yeah, let's do this. Let's bring the kids in. But no. Okay, so I get like an invite to go to this Redman shoot. I take Namek and we go down there. And first of all, which nobody knows probably, is that we went to the wrong location first that they gave us, and then we found out it was in Sherman Oaks. We had to go to Sherman Oaks.
Oh, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Here comes my daughter. Hold on.
Nice.
Let me pause this really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to connect that one. We're back.
We are?
Yeah. Okay, so you guys were lost?
First we got lost, and we went to the wrong location. And then we found out that it was actually in Sherman Oaks. We emailed the person, and they were just like, "No, it happened 24 hours ago.
What the fuck?"
Yeah, it was total rude.
Who?
It was like their PR person who were putting together the...
Oh, for Redman?
Yeah.
What an asshole.
It wasn't him. It was their thing, you know. So they said basically, no, it happened 24 hours ago. So we go... Me and Namek flipped a quarter. We flipped a quarter, and basically I said heads were going, tails were not going. And he goes, all right. So he flips it, and he gets tails. And he goes, I'll be honest with you, dog. You know, we've done a lot of music videos.
Namek said that?
Yeah. So I'll be honest with you, dog. He goes, we've done a lot of music videos. You know that when they say they're going to start, they never start. I'm like, yeah. It's an hour away. It's 1 o'clock. We're supposed to be there at 11.
Fuck.
And I just go, fuck, dog.
Yeah, you're ready.
I go, fuck that quarter. Let's go. So I was like, let's go. So we fucking got 2 tall cans. We fucking drove down there. We get there. The shit's barely getting started. And I was like, oh. So we like showed up at the perfect time. We get into there. The guy's like, all right, you stand over here. You stand with this girl. And you guys just start vibing out. And we're going to start shooting. We're just going to go a couple more practice runs. So we get into the video. We shoot the video with them and all that stuff. And then it comes to the point where it's over, right? And me and Namek both tried to talk to him, but Namek was successful first because he actually was able to get it next to him and be like, you know. And then towards the end of the video, he was like, yeah, we're going to go smoke over here, blah, blah, blah. So we kind of got into that? Yeah. So he goes, I'm going to go smoke over here, and, like, the video's over. So everyone was kind of hanging out, taking pictures. Him and the guy Chico, which is the guy he did the song with, they were editing the video together. So they went into the bathroom, like, in the back of the house, right? So it's like shit. They went through the hallway into another room that had a bathroom, and they're back there. So I kind of found my way back there, you know. And then I was like, oh, what's going on, you know? And then I get booted out. They're like, oh, no, go over here. He doesn't want to take any pictures. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to take a picture. Like, you know? And I had this whole plan, you know, and I'm telling Namek, we're going back and forth. And so I go, fuck it, whatever. I find this moment where it's all quiet and everything. They're just there by themselves. So
they let you in there. They let you stay
so
in
it's
there?
basically the lady who owns the house.
Said, I'm not trying to take a picture. And they said, all right, you're cool.
Yeah. No, they said you got to go outside into the front of the house, right? Go out of this room and go into the front room, and you can chill there and wait. And when we're done, we'll take pictures with you, right? Yeah. That whole thing. So I said, all right, so I'm doing that. And then I finally get up the guts to be like, I'm just going to go in there and try to pull a move where I can get it talking with him. I just got to get a minute in front of him talking with him, you know? And then I go, all right. So I go in there and I go, Chico? Because he was the guy, you know, whose song it was. Yeah. He's like, oh, come in, brother. He didn't know who it was. Like, he didn't know who the fuck it was. Come in, brother. He said like it was his homie, dog. Like, you know what I mean? And I said it like
he was probably in a good mood because he just knocked out a video with Redman.
And I'm like,
his dream's happening for him.
And I said it like, you know, I'm like, hey, yo, Chico. Hey, yo, like I put some bass.
Chico.
I put some bass in it, you know?
Like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah. And then he's like, oh yeah, come back here.
Chico.
So I go back there, and it's Redman, this dude Chico, and then the lady who like owns the house, or is like, I don't know what she was, but she was like.
It was like a mansion?
No, it was just a really nice house. It was a really big house with a pool and everything. Okay. So the lady's like, oh, so you're here. You want to take a picture? I'm like, actually, no. I'm like, I don't want to take a picture. And I'm like, Chico. And I just started off by going to Chico. And I'm like, Chico, thank you for the opportunity, blah, 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 this and that. You know? And he's like, so what you want to do? You want to take a picture? Blah, blah, blah. Actually, I got something for you, Red. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm a big fan. And I got instantly not fanboy, but like nervous to the point where like it starts like, and the dude's like, whoa, are you about to cry or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh, dude, I've been listening to you my whole life. One of my favorite rappers, dude. I go, I've been doing this thing on my Instagram.
Oh, you fuck.
You know what I mean? I've been doing this thing on my Instagram, Joaquin Daniels, right? At Joaquin Daniels. But I've been doing this thing where I put these videos up of me rapping for people. And a lot of them have been of just people that I met like on Lyft or something like that, right? And I go, I'd love to do a video where I'm spitting a verse for you. And he goes, like, what? Okay, go ahead. And then the dude Chico goes, let me get your phone. We'll do it. Oh. He grabs the phone.
So it's on your Instagram right now?
No, it's not on Instagram. I'm like waiting to see what I'm going to do with this video.
Okay.
Okay. So he grabs my phone, and he starts recording, and then Red just looks at me and just goes, good. Like, you know? So I was like, fuck. And I did it, and I was so nervous.
You forgot.
I was so, like, out of like the instant, like, oh shit, I gotta be a rapper right now. This isn't just, you know. So I didn't check myself. Like, you know, there's that moment where you get into your zone, or you're like, this is the time, like, you know. I didn't do that.
You go in there like,
yeah, I didn't like take that little like bump of air, bump of air you give yourself. You're like, oh, let's do this, like, you know. I didn't give myself that.
You didn't go, Joaquin, you got this.
So I'm like still nervous, you know. So I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna go for it. And I fucking started doing my verse, and I got into probably it was a 24 bar verse that I wrote, and I got into the first 8. And after the first 8, there's this little hitch that I had where I basically say like, I say chemistry, combined devotion, hooking rhymes get open, butter rhymes I'm toasted, about as high as my hopes get. That little run doesn't work if you don't say the first 2 words right. And devotion was the little hitch that I always forgot. It was always like that little, to make it work right.
Yeah.
I get to that part and I fuck up, and then he looks at me and I fucked up. And he goes, ah! And he just starts clowning and shit. It's on the video. I'll show you. It's on where he's clowning and he's just like, you want to fuck with the king? You got to be ready. You know what I mean? And it was like one of those moments where I was just like, fuck, man. Like, if I would have done that right, it could have been.
You probably could have got a cut with him or something. But
I mean,
but honestly,
it wouldn't have signed me or nothing.
No.
But it would have gave me a chance of knowing where I'm really at in this game.
But you
know
do
what I
know
mean?
where you're really at, because he could have easily have been like, you're fucking, like, looked at you like, oh God, you know?
No, he could have said no.
He could have said no, but he also could have said, oh God.
Yeah.
What the fuck is
like,
this? Like, hey bro, don't put that shit out.
Boy.
Erase
Who the
that.
fuck are you?
I'm fucking Red Man. Erase that shit, bro. Don't be fucking attaching me to your whack ass shit.
Exactly.
He could have easily it could have went, but he honestly was like, oh, like, remember your shit, bro. You need to remember your shit. And he says, if you want to fuck with the king, you gotta be on it. You know what that means?
Yes.
If you want to fuck with the king, means you want to get on a cut, you want to do something like that, you got to be ready for anything.
No, exactly.
And I know you took that from it.
No, I watched it like at least 30 times already.
Probably
40 times, yeah.
I would have watched it at the house.
And it's really like, I
listen to my own podcast.
Yeah, no, but
I'm
it's
an asshole.
like what it's about is really like breaking down all of it. I see how nervous I was. I can hear how nervous I am. I can see his face react to some of my bars, which is the real ill part, because he's actually kind of like, all right, like, okay, this ain't no whack shit, like, you know.
What I'm saying.
And it was like he wanted to hear me execute it.
He wanted you to win.
Yeah, and
he wanted you to win.
And then when I get to that part where I fucked up, he felt it coming because he heard me fuck up another word and stuff. He went, and then I could see it in his face. And then when I really fucked up, he knew it, and he was waiting for me to bail out. And I was just like,
he's done songs with Eminem.
I mean, he's one of the best rappers.
He's one of the
ever,
best
bro.
lyricists in the game.
Ever.
Eminem,
ever, bro.
Scarface, Redman. I would even say
Pharoah Monch.
Okay, I would put him up there. But
you could say Black Dot. You could say a lot of people would say like Guru and all that.
I usually say like DMX.
Okay.
He's one of my favorite lyricists as far as like passion. But I mean, as far as my favorite rapper in the game, of course.
Oh yeah, I've had this conversation. Tupac. I don't know if it's with you, but yeah, my favorite rapper is definitely not my favorite artist as far as song maker.
As far as like the lyricist,
I mean?
like someone that I know he can go and just fuck everybody up. Like Pac is someone that you don't touch Pac. You stay away from. You don't even rap at him. Leave him the fuck alone. Someone else is like DMX, get him. I would never stick Pac on anybody. I never say Pac will fuck your rapper up. You don't even speak about Pac.
Like Pac in LA is like you going to Philadelphia and being like, yeah, Rocky, he's
Pac is like God. Like you don't fucking talk
like,
bad
yeah,
about
Rocky,
him.
he's okay. Like you ever say that in front
Pac's
of a Philadelphia
like
person?
I'll say that right here. Pac is like God. You don't talk bad about
He's one
Pac,
of the best.
or else you will have 10 years of bad luck, and something bad will happen. You don't fucking talk bad about Pac. You don't even talk about his lyricism. He is a saint. He is more than that. Don't you ever. Anybody, not you. I'm talking to the world right now. I'm going. I'm on my rants.
I'm letting you do it.
I'm on my rants.
Get him.
Don't you ever disrespect Pac. He can never be touched ever. Because there's lyricists. Pac isn't a lyricist. Pac is a god. So that being said, I think one of the best lyricists. I think number one to me would probably be Redman. He would probably be I think the best lyricist in the world.
I would think as far as like
because he's like a comic book character. He's like if Eminem was black. If Eminem was black, he could have been. He is like a black Eminem because he does like the funny shit. He always does the fart sound noises, and then the super lover, the fucking being crazy.
Does everything good.
And and then he can do some real hardcore shit like with Meth and Redman.
Yeah. He'll hold bars with anyone. He'll do songs. He could do songs with anyone. The song that we were doing a video for was this dude singing. You know,
and this one was just ripping it out.
And then you hear the beat is all fast, and it's like, summertime is here. And then it's like, and you hear Red on it, and you wouldn't think. But then he's chopping it, and you're like,
it's like hearing it's like hearing Keith Murray on the beginning of the R. Kelly song. Remember that song?
Yeah.
And you hear he's just ripping. You're like, damn. Then you hear R. Kelly, and it's just like I feel like I just heard a hip hop song, and I heard an R&B song all in one. Yeah. Like usually you'll hear it like kind of cheesy.
Yeah, he's kind of like the same way I look at De La Soul as a group. Because De La Soul is a group, is the group that's still around to this day, still doing it, at the same level, same top-notch thing, even getting better, even showing different sides of them, and the amount of work they've been doing, just everything, you know. You could never take anything away from those guys, you know.
Fuck.
And watching the Tribe Called Quest movie made me realize that like,
great movie.
They're the best group next to who? Public Enemy's not around. They're not together anymore. There's no bands like that.
One of the other greatest groups would probably be NWA.
But NWA even broke up at a point in time.
I think Tribe Called Quest broke up too for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that's why De La is so prominent in my eyes as one of the best groups ever. They're like the AC/DC of rock, where it's like these guys are gonna have to die on stage, or you know, one of them's gonna have to die for them. You know, same way Beastie Boys were. And
for it to
like
not
that.
be a group.
Yeah, no, yeah, They're in it to the end for each other, brothers. Like you see it when you watch that Tribe movie.
You see them fight.
You see them fighting, and then you see Pasta step in. I think it's either Pasta.
And he made them come together to do that.
And he goes, "Why are we fighting like this? Why are we doing that?" Because you see,
I had that shit on Blu-ray. Yeah, great movie.
That shows you a lot about what we go through as artists, trying to be an artist, trying to be in groups. Don't even talk about being solo. Solo is even way harder than being
solo is worse.
Solo is scary because
you don't know which way to go.
It's like somebody telling you, "All right, cool, man. I'm gonna give you a life. Right? Here's your life, but you're gonna start on Skid Row." No matter what age you are, it doesn't matter. You're going to start here. That's where you start from, with nothing, right? And I'm sure a lot of people have done that, but only certain people are going to make it out. You know what I'm saying? Only certain people are going to really be able to embrace it and end up getting out of there alive. There'll be a lot of dudes who make it, and they were great people, and they did so much, and they tried so hard, but they just didn't get over the hump. And that's not their fault. That's the savagery of the game. That's the depth of the just the way this art is.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Hip hop is the only, I won't say it's the only one, because battle rap became that too. You know, just comedies like that too. You're always put to the test about what you do. There is no GOAT, but we always try to argue one is.
Right.
But there really can't be.
No, you can't.
Because somebody can always take that spot, and somebody could have been really good, like Born Allah. Remember when Born Allah had his run, where he was the best rapper in L.A.?
Yeah. He was on the Wake Up Show always.
And then it stopped, right? You know what I mean? And then somebody else took over. But you could never take that moment away from Born. Because Born will always be a champion because he was able to do that. Skilo was, you know what I mean? He had one song, but it blew up. It blew up so big.
I wish it was a little bit
No one can ever take that from him. He could perform that to this day, and he probably still does.
I actually just, I found that CD at Mad Platter, and I found it for like, I think $4. And I was like, what the fuck? I wish I only had this. I didn't even know the album was existed. And then the barcode was stamped out. That means it was a promo. That means that the label put that out as to whoever, and someone got rid of it for money.
Yeah, the little gold.
I love getting like the promos. I like getting just like I have so much rare dog. The new Sick Jackin' just put out oldie compilation.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, dude! It is the fucking...
It's like fucking butter in your ears.
Yeah, and then you'll hear some songs that they flipped as Psycho Realm and made into hip-hop tracks that you never... Like, it's some good shit, man.
That's great.
But fuck, bro, I think this is one of my longest... Because I've been taking over, like...
Cataloging?
No, not cataloging, but I've been, like... Fuck, I can't talk today. I've been going over, like, I've been beating my records. Like, I've been having longer podcasts, which means I feel like I'm getting better, you know, like, as in, keep talking and stuff. This one, I think, was 2 hours.
Nice.
So we talked for 2 hours.
Oh, yeah,
and I hope people, I hope people, got to know Joaquin. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything?
I mean, you know, it's just me, man. I'm a solo artist, so it's, you know, Joaquin Daniels pretty much on everything. You look it up.
Is there anything we missed?
Oh, man. I mean, am I going to do comedy? Am I going to battle? I want to.
Ooh.
And I think you probably will see that sooner than later because it's something that I feel must be done right now.
So you're liking this comedy aspect of battling, like being, like, not having to go out there and be the hardest fool out. Like, you just gotta go out there and be
because
yourself.
I mean, that's always been the thing that I've had to battle against. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every time I would go on stage, it's like, if I were to go up there and do gun bars, right, it would be so unbecoming of me, and so it would look so bad on me, right? Like, to even say unbecoming, that's like, rappers don't say that, right?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. So like I've always had to be like, well, I'm not hard, but I'm still trying to do, you know what I mean? I feel like it's like a lot what Pigeon John went through, you know?
Right.
Where he was like, I'm trying to spit this message, and you know, but like it's not your hard stuff, but I guarantee you it's dope enough for you to guys to ride with, you know? And I think that's the route I've been wanting to go this whole time. So a lot of my music, even AC Alone said it on tour, he was like, if you want to do that humble shit, do it. Like, just do it as good as you can, you know, do it at your best, you know? So it's like, I still do it, you know, and comedy is something that I've always been a part of. My family always grew up bagging on each other, you know.
Probably watching stand-up DVDs.
Yeah,
and stuff like
loving all the stand-up.
George Lopez,
you know what I mean?
and shit.
Just making fun of each other. I always had a really quick, witty mind, which got me into battling in the first place.
Right.
That was where I got the idea to battle, because someone said, why don't you battle? Because you can cap on someone, right, in front of a bunch of people at a party, but yeah, you don't think you could put that in a rhyme, and you're a rapper? Okay, you know? Acapella is intimidating, being able to memorize such a long verse and not fuck
3
up.
long verses.
Yeah, that seems tough. That seems tough.
It's being in a fight.
Yeah.
Having someone say some fucked up shit
and
might blow your head off.
And knowing what you have to do to win, and knowing the strategies that it takes, you know, knowing that anything can happen. And I've been in those battles. Freestyles are always the hardest for me because of that.
Keeping that
you
same
know?
energy.
Yeah.
People say like, oh yeah, keep that same energy when I see you. It's that same shit.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be like
in fighter mode.
It's like knowing you're gonna go swim with sharks, and then when you get there and you see the sharks and you're in there, you're like, oh fuck. But it's like, you gotta know. Remember, you're swimming with sharks.
Yeah.
Sharks.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
And you're just like, breathe in your nose and out your mouth. Okay, this is where I'm at, and I'm here to fuck you up.
Yep.
Let's go, you piece of fucking shit.
Yeah, no.
And then you just stay like that the whole round. You don't let nothing get you fucking over. And you
like
just
if you gave me a choice right now, stand up in front of 300 people or battle in front of 10 people on camera, I might do the stand up. I would feel more confident knowing that I could make people laugh talking about my life.
And you probably could go up there and just make some motherfuckers laugh.
I think that would be, you know, I think just me going on stage would be like, oh great, what's this fucking guy gonna say?
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Just the presence alone, you know?
Yeah.
But when I think about it like that, I know that there's something there, because it's like, if I'm not afraid to get up and do comedy, but I'm more afraid to do battling, and I'm a rapper, and I call myself a rapper, and I do take it serious, you know, then why wouldn't comedy be an option? Especially if you already look at the world like that. I do take, everything is a joke, because most of the time it is. A lot of these people do stupid shit, and it's just hilarious, because it's like, they're so unaware of each other, you know, the things that people think. I mean, you know, if having our president that we have now showed us anything, is that like fuck, the whole presidency, all that stuff feels like a joke.
It's bullshit.
You know what I mean? And it just makes it seem even less and less intriguing, less and less.
Well, it just shows that we're still old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And that there's like so many different ways for this place to be better.
Yeah.
But it's like, everyone has to understand that.
And you know what? I also realized by Trump being president is that just because you put a white guy up there doesn't mean it makes everybody calm down and feel like everything's going to be in order anymore.
Yeah.
Because that used to be the status quo, right? You put Reagan up there and everyone's like, oh, he was an actor. So, you know, it makes sense. I could follow that. And everyone did that right before Trump got elected. Right before Trump got elected, there was a lot of people that said stuff about him that was like, you know what? I think he'll do a lot for us. I think he'll bring a lot for us. I think he'll do a lot.
Right,
and
then he started talking.
And he's talking and he's doing that. And they said that, and then all these things started coming out. And then all of a sudden he gets elected because of basically like
popularity.
It's almost like race and racism took like a stand. Like the bad side took a stand. The people who really want this shit to pop off as a race war or whatever.
People showed who they were.
They came to vote this time. They came to show up.
Yep, all the people that were like, woo!
Yeah!
Let's go show up!
We finally got someone who's going to speak for us. You know?
Hey, Charlie, let's go over there and go to the motherfucking place. Let's go over there and let's go fucking over there and vote.
And then he's embarrassed himself and done so bad at it, where it comes to the only thing I really can respect maybe is his business savvy. It's the only thing I can really look at and be like, well, at least he's doing that, whatever. Other than that, dude, this guy's just making everyone hate each other, and that shit's fucking.
But if you really think about it, he's just there. things are still happening. Like, it feels like it's still, like, it feels like the president is his thing, and then the background has never changed. It's always been the same shit. Yeah. It's always been since Obama. It's just like it's never gotten better, and it's never gotten worse. It's just stayed in this weird, fucked up way.
And Trump has been so bad, it finally gave people who were standing up for that idea in those old-fashioned ways, it finally maybe kicked them in the head and said, you know what, maybe things aren't all really, like, maybe who they pick isn't really the right one sometimes.
Or
it
maybe
actually
it
made
matter.
people think about it, because even like someone like, you know, I'd say it, my mom thought Trump was going to be something good, you know? She was like, you know what, I'm convinced. And maybe it was because of what she was watching all the time.
It probably was.
Right?
And she's probably a sweet, innocent woman.
My mom's a gem, you know?
Yeah, so
but
she's like...
But she actually was believing that, you know, he could be the guy. I actually take him over what was his name? The fucking...
Clinton, Hillary?
No, the one who was supposed to be Hillary.
I forgot.
The god. Whatever. Anyway, but anyways, she changed her tune right away as soon as she's heard the things he said about women. You know what I mean? So it went from, you know what, I actually think that he could do something great for us. He's actually talking like a straight shooter. She was talking like she's listening to the news, and then all of a sudden she's seen all that stuff, and it snapped her back and said, wow, like, what are we doing? I don't get this, right? So people who actually were really convinced and really...
It kind of threw them for a loop.
It even threw them back. So his own people that were backing him backed off from him a little bit. You know what I mean? That's like you saying, you know, everybody back me up for this, and this. Oh yeah, but I hate Jews. And then it's like all of a sudden,
like what happened with Roseanne?
you see 30 people just take a big step back.
Like what happened to Roseanne?
Yeah, exactly. That's probably what happened to her. Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't say that. She said something like, she tweeted something like, something about somebody being connected to like an ape or something. Oh yeah. And then I guess she thought the person was like Jewish, but it was a black person. And she tweeted it. And she said she was on Ambien, and that it made her all crazy. And then she just got her show put back on, which is the Roseanne show. So they took her off of it, and they rebuilt the show with her off. Yeah. They killed her off. She lost everything. Yeah. She lost everything, dude. Yeah. And that's because of like what you like. Yeah, that shit.
You could have all the support in the world. You do something that people don't like, you will see a change.
You're out of here. And look at what happened with Drake too.
Yeah,
that whole blackface picture and all that. I mean, his album was great, but he's still hurt from that.
Yeah, you're always gonna. Yeah, anytime, especially nowadays, if you're called anything to do with like, you know, of course,
Me
pedophilia,
Too,
right?
Rape
Anything
and shit.
done with rape, pedophilia, you know, stuff like that. Those really like the no's that we really know are no's. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, stuff like anytime you get called one of those, it's instant. Like you're kind of screwed for a minute.
You're done
until it's really out in the wash and it's really done. Yeah, you're
that's how they try to get that fool Tekashi too. Yeah, they were saying something about him being a child, but it was like I saw what it was and I was like, all right.
And even if it's not true,
it still stains you.
It still hurts because you know what? All the haters instantly go, yeah!
And they keep sharing those memes.
And they keep making it even more true.
Yeah.
Because they jump on the bandwagon. And
then you have popular people who are probably jealous of him.
Look at all the people hating on LeBron. Look at all the people hating on LeBron because he came to L.A. The dude wants to make money. The dude's on my team now. I'm going
to be like, woo! Yeah. And people are taking his murals down?
Yeah. I didn't like Kobe when he first came. The first couple years when he's shooting air balls at Phoenix and all that. I was like, whatever, this kid is just like the way I think of the way LeVar Ball is right now. But see, LeBron's earned his they
didn't even like a new coach too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Right after Phil Jackson?
Yeah.
Phil Jackson was a coach, right?
Yeah.
So when he passed away and then someone else came, everyone was like, oh, there goes the team. And it's like,
oh, no, you're talking about Jerry West. Not Jerry West.
Oh, Jerry West.
The owner of the Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm horrible with that.
Bus.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck, I'm so sorry. I didn't
it's all good. Phil's still alive.
Okay, so the comedy. So you want to do some battle rap comedy?
I'm down to do all of it because you know what? This is the way you have to adjust and go with the way you feel things are good for you. And I think that I could get into either one. And if I shoot for both and I end up in one of them more than the other, that's totally fine.
Hell yeah.
I think if I was to try comedy, right, and succeed at it and never try the battle rapping, I feel like it was something I missed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think
it is something that if someone really feels it, I think they should go for it, because all I did was just go for it.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You get embarrassed on camera, and it's almost not even as bad as, say, if you were to be in, like, say, one of the, like, couple years ago when it was, like, King of the Dot and all that was doing really big, right? If you lost in one of those, you actually were like, I can't show my face. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been at those moments.
Yeah,
where
this
I was
one
at
seems
the
like
peak.
you'll get clowned pretty hard. But
I still get clowned.
Yeah, but you got it's mostly what you can take from it, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that thing that I did it with Redman, you know? It's like, yeah, it would have been awesome if I would have slammed it. And he would have been like, fuck, bro, you're fucking sick. I don't care what you look like. I don't care. Like, you're just fucking dope.
But if you put it out, it also shows that you don't take yourself so seriously, and you become a person.
Exactly. That I lose, too.
Not everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Not everything people think is perfect is perfection.
Yeah. No.
Because that was perfect.
Yeah.
You have something.
Yeah.
You had something with one of the greatest. You interacted.
Yeah.
Energy was transferred. He said, you want to fuck with the best? Or what did he say?
He said,
you want to fuck with the king?
You better be ready. He said, you better be ready.
He gave you energy.
No, he gave me something.
You got game, wisdom.
Yeah.
For some work you put in.
No.
From one of the best ever.
No, yeah. If he ever was to, reply to me in any way, or if he was to, like...
If you post that, he's going to remember who you are, and he might hit you up.
Oh, he's going to
go look at your music, and he's going to be like, oh, you're pretty tight. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because everyone's going to be tagging him.
Navik said, I guarantee you go up to him anytime, any place, anywhere, and you just say, I was that dude in the bathroom with Chico, and he'll remember you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, and you just keep tagged. He'll just get tagged.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, I have to swallow my pride and be like, okay, I got embarrassed, right? In front of him and all that. And I could take so much negative thoughts from that. But you know what? There's a lot of positive things that came out of that. The fact that I even went back there, got back there, was able to get him to agree to it, to get the video made, that up to that part is just fucking balls. Just pure grit. Because not too many people will do that, right? To execute the rhyme.
Well, after this story, you probably should put it out.
Yeah, I should.
Because I'm going to release that Wacko podcast probably tomorrow or tonight. And then in a couple more days, I'm just going to release this shit. So it's going to be out pretty soon.
Yeah, no, for sure.
People are going to hear it if they listen to it. But I think that video
I think that it did.
would be good, because that's actually something that, like, look at my picture with Brogan. I'm like,
yeah,
I look like that. I didn't care. Everyone was like, you look like, I was like, what you want me to be, like this?
Yeah. Like, you don't care?
Like... be like fucking like no, that's what it was. I'm starstruck, you fucking idiot. That's fucking one of you piece of shit. Yes, of course, I'm happy.
Like, I would love to hold on to it.
I wish I could have kissed him on his fucking forehead.
That's what it is, really. It's motivation to be like, okay, this is where you're at. So if and I could take two things from it. I could leave the game because I got so embarrassed, or I could say, you know what, I'm better than that, and keep going stronger. And the next time he sees me,
I just think
he's gonna be like, okay.
I don't think it's. I think it's more good than it would be bad. I think you're looking at it seriously. Like fuck, I felt like because it's me. Like the Yellow Seed album. I really didn't like. I liked the album, but I really wish I could have done it better. I wish I could have got more different beats than this and that. But I put it out, and it was what it was. And if I didn't put it out, I wouldn't have got all the good feedback that I got from that. I got cool with Abstract Rude because of the Woosaw song. He was like, he took me on the road with him because of that song, so so that was something where I didn't even Namek picked that beat out. I didn't even want to use that beat. Namek was like, what beat is that? Let's use it. We started writing, and then we wrote the hook, and then we put the song together, and it was like, it turned out to be one of probably the most biggest songs on that little mixtape album I did, and it was very the vocals weren't all the way right, and it just wasn't the best. And if I would have waited for it to be the best, it wouldn't. I felt like I would have lost. So my suggestion is, I think you should put it out, and it'll show people that I don't know. I think we all have to look like, I got to take myself serious in hip hop. It's like, well, yeah, hip hop doesn't even take us serious.
Well, no, I think that it is too. Is you have to show people that taking an L isn't a bad thing. For one, for two, it's like, this might be the thing that ends up making me want to become the artist that I really want to become. What if I'm slacking somewhere? What if I'm not really giving the passion that I need to have? And maybe that moment taught me that, you know? Maybe all my friends that know me in high school that think that I actually am blown up way more than I really am. You know what I'm saying? Like, people see that. Oh, you were in a video with Redman. They think I'm, like, in the industry getting paid, like, you know? And I'm not. I'm there to just to get exposure, you know?
But perception is everything. And
right?
Power is not given. It is assumed.
Yep.
Remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That's one thing that I learned. I don't know who I remember. I heard somebody say that. But power is never given. It is assumed. People assume who has power, and they go to the most, like at a job.
Yeah.
When you ask a question to the person who you feel most leadership. Mm-hmm. The boss could be right there, but you might not even feel that quality off that person. You're going to go to that person. That's what I do at work. On my job, I go to these certain girls that talk to me a certain way, and they listen, and they're always like willing to help, and I feel like they know the right answers, because every time they've done something, it has made sense.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that made sense, because I lost my train of thought in the middle of that wax hit. Really fucking slapped me in the fucking head.
That Alpine, yo.
Well, shit,
yeah,
man.
Dude. I mean, I think that's what. I mean, I do want to post it because I'm just figuring out the right way of wording it, because I know how it's going to be received, right? There's going to be the people who take it like, oh, man, you fucking failed. You're fucking whack. And it's like...
the way you write it is be like this, like, check this out, this, and this. And if you guys think I failed, then go suck your mom's dick. Right? Something like that. Because now you're saying, yeah, I fucked up. You want to say that? Go fuck your mother, you bitch. And someone's going to be like, whoa, like, why are you being so... Then why do you care about if I fucked up?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Go fuck your mom, okay?
Yeah, I've thrived off of people doubting me. And that's
my new go-to thing. It's just going ham immediately. Say the most disrespectful thing to them immediately. Like, guys will be, this guy wrote me. He was like, yeah, you and your struggle rap. I was like, and then I was like, oh, yeah? Oh, crack my fingers. I was like, let's go. And then I was just like, and then I started going ham because he used to battle.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you're a fucking failure. That's why you never got booked again. That's why you fucking suck. And he was just getting hurt. Yeah. And then I had to apologize because I was like, I went too hard.
Right.
But don't you ever fucking tell me some shit like that, you piece of fucking...
you need that in this world nowadays because, you know, I think the younger kids are growing up a little bit soft. So with me, I thrive on that now. It's like, I want you to doubt me. I want you to think that I'm not. And you know what? I'll show you my failures because I'm not here to show you all my wins. You know what I mean? Like, if I put that out, I need people to see that, like the Gary V's and all that.
Well, you want people to grow with you.
Because they know, like, damn, this fool's willing to go that far, fail, and still be in this game and still take it on the chin like
people
that.
Grow with you.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you see an artist, like, you see a girl like Val the Wonder? Or you remember her from where she came and everyone's like, I was there during Lizzie. Or like, you know, and now you're on tour. You feel like you're on the road with them. Yeah. So people will feel that with you. Yeah. They'll be like, dang, and then someone's going to make a video where they're going to be like, you're going to be with Redman fucking, oh shit. And then they're going to show you fucking ripping it in front of a sold out crowd or doing this or killing a battle. And it's just like, it's like watching the Wonder Years.
Yep.
From season 1 all the way to the end. It's like, man, Kevin really grew into a beautiful boy, didn't he?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it goes, bro.
Yeah, I know.
That's real, and that's why, like, at Namek, I think Archive told me that he takes off a layer of clothing off every song when he's rapping. Like, he'll have a sweater on and he'll take it off.
Yeah, taught him that.
Oh yeah, it's about having them go comfortable with you. Like you're pulling back layers, and they feel like they're growing with you. By the end, you're there with just your undershirt on, spitting, and they're like, fuck.
That's why when he won those battles, he would take off his shirt and stuff like that when he got into that mode, because he wanted people to know he was giving his all. And that's why he was so good
Namek does that shit too.
Yeah.
That's why he always walks around with his fucking tits out all shaking. He'll still do it. He'll take it off.
Yeah,
you know? All pale.
That's why
we're the pale boys, us three. We're the fucking pale pasty boys.
Oh, man.
You got Spaniard?
I'm let's see. Irish, Mexican.
Irish, that's where it comes from.
Irish, Mexican, a little bit of French.
Okay.
And Portuguese.
Okay, all those last 3 you just named, that's where your light's going. Like mine's a Spaniard. I probably have more I don't know about. Yeah. But my grandpa was Spaniard. He had like hazel eyes, or he has hazel eyes, and I'm light skinned as fuck. My other grandpa is dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Like my daughter's like, my girlfriend's kind of dark. My daughter's fucking light.
Yeah.
When we were in the hospital, they were like, "What's your name?" They would check her last name because they're like, "But the power is this little light skinned daughter, your kid."
Yeah.
You know,
they're like, "Oh, okay, I see."
Fool, it's him. You know, it's the fucking Spaniard side. It's all dominant. They try to The Spaniard blood cells are even trying to be dominant. See this shit?
Yeah, I mean, they raped their way all the way up.
They did. They raped their way all the way up the color line.
Yeah, they.
Jesus Christ, up the.
Yeah, like I'd say on my dad's side, it was the Irish and like Hispanic, that kind of thing, and then my mom was more like the French, Portuguese. So you mix that together, so it's like...
This whole time I'm sitting here, I'm juiced that this podcast is so long. I feel like I'm actually a podcaster now. Like I'm actually doing it. Before I was doing it, and I felt like I wasn't, like, I deliver all day, so I listen to hours of podcasts a day, and, it helps me get through it. Like, I feel like I'm there with friends, laughing the whole time, and, now I feel like I'm actually taking it serious, and if you can sit there and talk for about an hour, 2 hours... Then the more you do it, then you start. I feel like I'm becoming a podcaster.
Well, yeah.
But shit,
what is it? 10,000 hours, bro.
Yeah, I know, man. So where can they find your albums? Where's everything at?
Everything is under Joaquin Daniels. You can find me. I'm on an album label. The label is called Keep the Feel. Sorry, so
Abstract Rude.
Abstract Rude is head of that, and you can find it all on Spotify, iTunes. Catch me on YouTube.
We have a song together.
We do.
Finally, I know. I'm a piece of shit, because we were supposed to do it a long time ago, and I think I was more going through all that battle rap shit. Now that I'm in a better place, but yeah, Abstract Rude hit me up like, hey, the song, he goes, you have to go through the day to do it. I'm just Joaquin. I was like,
the archive slipped on it. He was supposed to be on it at first. And then Josiah wanted it, and I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to give Archive some time. And then he kept waiting. And then Ab's the one who was like, nah. He's like, who else could we get? I'm like, dude, Mount Zion will jump right on it. He's like, I'm going to get him. And then he's the one who approached you.
Yeah, I got a text, and I remember I was at my dad's house, and I was like, what? I was like, I was like, yeah, I can do that today. I went home, I went there, I wrote it.
Yeah.
I drank I think I even drank a Coca-Cola Classic. Got energy, wrote that shit, recorded it, and I was out.
Yeah.
I was like 45 minutes, I was gone.
North Star.
Yeah, it was a good, I actually really like that song. And, we gotta do more, man. It's just, a lot of it was just me going through shit.
And that's why I came here, man. I want to work more with you because I see what you're building here.
Well, just come fuck with me at this comedy shit, and everything will build
itself. That's what I'm saying. That's how it works, right?
September 8th,
you got me as a DJ. You got me for any
Dirtbag Dan's gonna be headlining.
Yeah, I want to see that.
He's gonna be doing stand-up set.
Yeah, see,
he's not even battle rapping anymore. He's doing stand-up.
And that's the thing. I'm watching that, knowing. Like, man, if that's what I think I can be, I gotta see it.
Well, your homeboy, Mel Dion, is someone who's doing this, so yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can, dude. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm,
I love it.
Yeah, man, so there it is. So they can find you and get the new album there.
The new album's called Well Traveled. And it's basically just like a mixed bag of all these different producers and artists that I've been working with over these last couple of years, So you got everything from like Spock Beats, EQ, Fat Jack, you know what I mean, Elusive. Everybody contributes, even Namek, You got dope, like big cypher beats on there, everything, anything you want. My first album, Endure, that was put out in 2008, is actually available now.
Endure like the herb?
Endure, like to endure.
Endure.
Things. Yeah. Not indoor.
I was gonna say, shit,
right? No,
indoor.
But indoor, yeah, like endurance.
Endurance.
But
okay.
But that just came out as a deluxe issue.
Oh.
So it's basically the album, all the instrumentals, and the acapellas.
And you packaged it like that?
Yeah. Ab basically put together that package. I'll give him credit on that.
Nice.
He was like, how can we repackage your first album and put it out? Because it's Fat Jack, I mean, that's a legend.
You had Fat Jack produce your whole album?
He produced my first album, which is something that, I mean, not too many people can. I mean, a lot of people from the Bloat could say that, The Good Life, but
no, now you're official,
yeah,
like Bloatian.
Yeah, like that's like
Jesus Christ.
I mean, I traded.
So people can find that right now online.
Yeah, that's currently online right now.
When did you make this?
I made that in 2000, during the time of 2004, 2006.
Dude, you're bloating before me. Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry.
That's dope. Oh man, I'm sad now.
But the album came out in 2008. Yeah.
That's just having the lack of the internet back then. Now we know everything. We know who's who and what's what. And now this is living online to where that information should never be missed again.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because to me, I didn't know that until you told me that, and then it was like, oh, now I hear it in full detail. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So was this year you got a full album with Fat Jack? Those are the dudes that pride themselves with their work. They don't just hand it away. So that speaks volumes of yourself.
You know, did a song with Micah, did a song with Ab and AWOL and Shames and Gal.
So this is what you guys need to do from now on. Okay? You better put some respect on my motherfucking man's name over here. When you see Joaquin, when you see Jack Daniels, you buy him a drink.
Hey.
You fucking shake him. If you have your girlfriend, you let him fuck her. Okay? This is my guy.
What does he say? One peepee touch.
This is my dude right here, man. What else? What else do we need to share before we cut this out? Because this is like a 2.5 hour podcast.
We could do this again. Shit, you know.
We could do it. We could do it again.
Fucking right hand man. I don't care.
Let's fucking do it, man. Let's fucking
cockpit any day.
We'll go to the fucking we'll go to some comedy spots out here, man. Maybe go to the fucking go to the comedy store. Go to the fucking somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's do that.
I don't know why we went.
If it's the same thing like rap, then we should be able to like stand outside and kick jokes.
Yeah, you just hang out. It's dope at the comedy store. It's like you just hang out. It's like you can just walk on the patio and just hang out. I've walked on. There's times where there's been times where I've been there, watched maybe like 10-15 minutes of comedy, and I love just talking to comedians. Like I like watching comedy of people that I like, but I don't want to start like picking up bits or like, oh yeah, that would be funny, and start doing it. Like, I listen to Kill Tony and things like that, but I try not to, like, I mean, I'm probably absorbing it, but I don't want to. Yeah. I like being in the atmosphere and being around the comedians and being like, holy shit. Because I have something to offer, which is the battle rap shit. Yeah. So it's not like I was, you know, it's
just fanboying that you actually have something to offer, you know.
It's just a weird angle into the new entertainment Hollywood industry, and I think that's something that we've missed. We've been out here for so long that Hollywood's never going to come to us. We have to go to Hollywood, and the only way to do that is to actually go there and be there. You know, like I think I've talked business. I've been in a place where I've talked business, and they're talking to Pauly Shore, and we're talking to Joe Rogan, and all these people. And I'm like, this is like, if you really look and apply it into your brain, you're actually around things that people don't really get to experience. Yeah. And it's like, if you apply that in your brain, you know that you're on the right path, and you keep doing it. And anyone listening to this, if you're doing something in your life and you're around some of the big people in what it is you're doing or whatever, or you want to study and go be on it, that's what you got to do, because there's little signs like that is to show you that you're on the right way. You're on the right path. Yeah. You know, because no one's ever going to tell you you're on the right path. You just have to figure it out on your own. And it's all about being vibey and feeling the vibes. Yeah. I don't want to be too...
I'd say the one thing I could tell on anyone trying to be in any kind of art or anything you want to be, you know, it's what it comes down to is living it. If you're living it, what you want to be, then you already became it. And if you say that to yourself, then you won't feel the need to feel like you need to be a part of something. So you don't go into a room full of rappers and say, well, I want to be a rapper, y'all. Like, no, you start rapping and you prove to them that you are.
Exactly.
So it's like you live the life that you want to have.
It's like I can show you better than I can tell you.
And you already are. Yeah. When you look back 5 years ago, when I started rapping with Ab and I started performing for him and all these people and just going on this whole journey, I mean, I really just never even thought about probably part of it capturing it, and then the other part was just thinking about it. I just kept doing it, and then eventually it turned into, hey man, I heard you rap with Abstract Rude, and I seen you on tour, and I seen you doing this. And
how much you want to come perform? What's up this? Or like,
and then people offer me money for stuff, or I get an offer for a show or anything.
Or you just get looked at as like, you're the rapper, you're cool, man. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, this fool raps, and then you start doing cool shit, and it's like, it's really just having, like you said, an endurance. Yeah. That's really what it is. It's having a work ethic, having endurance, having to not want to give up when shit gets fucked up. Yeah. You know, and
it's not a job until you make it a job, until it becomes a job. And even when it becomes a job, the things that got you there are the things you need to hold on to in order to stay passionate in it.
You got to do what got you to the party. Yeah. And you got to you just gotta stay humble, and you gotta remember that we're all the same, no matter what. Like, cause there's things where I used to get clout or get like my name bigger, and it used to get to my head, and I would be like, and I would, and it would make me feel a certain way. But then that I mean, that's like early on, you know, and then later on, it's like you become used to it, and then it it's not the way to be, because then you end up like, you start realizing like, fuck, I'm not even around my homies, I'm not even around this, like, you start realizing certain shit, and you're like, well, I'm gonna be in a piece of shit, like, this is not worth it, you know?
Yeah.
But, shit, man.
So I'm gonna give you a little exclusive, I think.
Of this video?
Yeah, I'm gonna play this video.
Play it into
so then the
mic.
podcast, yeah, they can hear it, but you're gonna actually get to see.
Let me see.
This video. So let's do it. You ready?
Yes.
Alright, let's make sure the volume's up. And this is my attempt of rapping in front of Redman.
Oh, shit. Damn, it looks nice. It looks like really good quality. It was your phone?
Yeah, it was on my iPhone.
You might have to close it out and then open it back up. You know how sometimes yeah, there you go. Close that shit out. Oh. Close out all them porn hubs.
Everyone.
Bro, that's what I got. You got to keep them open, because then you lose them. You were trying to remember, like, what was that one called?
Right.
The Tina Big... Fuck, I don't remember.
Yeah,
you have to Google it, like, fuck.
Yeah, and you don't want to keep it on your search.
No.
Or something like that. Stop playing.
Oh, shit. Nah, that's all good. We just let it run, man. It's just probably... like, we're almost at 3 hours.
Nice.
I don't care.
Yeah, right? Me either.
No, what are you talking about?
I like this.
People are gonna listen, man.
Yeah.
I listen to fucking 4-hour podcasts. I do. I listen to 5. Like I listen to the whole There it goes.
Ceremony sensei, bar crafting essay, constructed off the headpiece, pushing when my pen stays. Focus, wrote this, evoked this like demons. Y'all dreaming of being, my being achieving through. Next shit invested in time and due process. Nonsense, it's comments, not sickness with vomit emojis. I blow trees and roast MCs. Kamikaze with my delivery, assault to the sentencing. Diving into the density, I'm on my best to be rising through the complexities.
Oh, no.
Hold on. He's looking at the screen right now, looking at him like, oh shit. This dude is kind of.
He's not whack.
Yeah, he's looking like.
He's nervous as fuck. You can hear my voice.
Yeah.
Nervous,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He knew that moment was like, what he meant by being ready is he meant like ready for any moment, like anything. Like you could have been in front of Dre.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be nervous.
Because he's probably thinking when he got his deal, when he was like, I just went in there like this, and he's probably been in times where he's been like that and he knows it. So he's saying, what I learned is I had to be ready and tell myself to be ready for anything. And I think that's one thing that you did learn from this. And this honestly can teach a lot of people shit too, dog. Like this shit'll.
It's such a trip. It's such a trip to like have this moment, because you know it shows so much about me, shows so much about him, it shows so much about just what it takes to really make it, and how crucial.
My pen script slip, malignant with flow, can grow energy, definitely defined as dope shit. Chemistry combined get open, my book of rhymes get chosen. About as high as I'm hoping, about as rhymes as my rope get. Fuck it, I fucked it.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be fucking ready to fuck with the king, baby. You gotta be ready. Don't let it happen again. New TV show.
Oh shit.
Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. 7 seconds.
Oh shit, that's tight. I would say that's a show. That is. To spit if you're a rapper,
yeah,
they bring you in front of a location where your favorite rapper's there and you rap, because it's one thing to see an opportunity and take it and not prepare yourself like I'm about to fucking rap.
Yeah, no.
But it's another thing to be in a situation to already be like, I'm gonna rap and I'm gonna fucking kill it.
Yeah. To just be put into it where it's like, I was so surprised that they said yes. I think that's what startled me. Is because I wasn't prepared for him to be like, okay, go ahead. I thought he was going to seriously just be like, you want to take a picture or what? Like, do you know what I'm saying? So when he says, yeah, go for it, I instantly just like a wall of like insecurities.
Because you got to remember, Redman knows he's the greatest. Redman knows he's the best. So that's why he did that. Like, you don't just walk up to a Redman and spit no fucking rhymes. You come ready. And that's what I do is like, that's a show.
Yeah.
Because imagine just going somewhere and someone inviting you. It's like a intervention, inviting a rapper who thinks he can spit, bring him somewhere, and all of a sudden you're sitting there and fucking Dre taps you on the shoulder. You're like, oh shit, I heard you got bars, spit. And then you goes, that's exactly what it is. It's crazy. What you did was crazy. Not a lot of people would do that, dude.
That's insane,
Let me
bro.
shake your hand for that. Not a lot of people would do that.
Bro.
That's fucking balls.
Like even Namek, and you know how
Namek didn't
you know how
Namek is great.
You know how good Namek is, and you know how fearless he is. And he was even like, bro, I can't believe you did that. He's like, I should have done it. He goes, I can't believe I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing where I was like, I had to, because
you should post it like this. Never be afraid of any opportunity.
Yeah.
Because
that's it.
You'll never know what you'll learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Moral of the story, always be ready.
Yes. Yeah.
Never be scared.
I guarantee you, if that guy, if Red ever says spit a verse in front of him, like, I have to go fucking just...
Well, who knows? Maybe it could go viral, bro. Like, it's weird because you never know.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like, not a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
No, and then it's like, people will post, but it's not like you did bad, bro. You honestly, it's a video of you going and being nervous.
That's the most nervous I think I've ever been.
It's more just jumping jumping off a cliff and not knowing how deep it is.
Exactly.
And not knowing what to expect.
Yeah. No, that
it's
is.
like jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's going to feel like. It's
and just like, I'll figure it out on the fly because there's no other way I'm going to be able to do it. This is it. This is your opportunity.
You only get one shot, one moment, one thing. That's it, dude.
Yeah. And just because that song is that, what he's talking about, he never says that you're guaranteed to win or lose.
At the end of 8 Mile, what does he do? He walks to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, what are you going to work for, B-Rabbit? You just won.
Yep.
Through his pizza.
Yeah. Because that
he
moment's
won the
over
battle and went back to work.
Because that moment's over and it's time for a new one.
Well, it's time for what you're gonna do now.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah.
And
that's why that song became what it is.
And then that was actually him turning into Eminem, Slim Shady. That was a story about his life before he became who he became.
Yep.
It was about somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's really like that song. Honestly, that song makes me choke up
every time. It reminds me. It gives me the same feeling that I got when I used to hear that song by Survivor. You know what I mean? Rising up.
Oh yeah.
To the top.
Yeah.
Dude, like that song, that riff, and that beginning, just
the feeling of it.
It makes you want to get up and do something.
It makes you want to be the greatest.
Yeah, dude.
And I think like lately I've been really fucking emotional, really sensitive. Like really like things will make me cry and shit. And so like there's something.
I wanted to cry when I left that, dude. I wanted to.
I would have cried.
I couldn't because cried. I knew I fucked up. And that's all it was.
You didn't fuck up. You took a chance, dude.
I know, but
fuck what happened.
No,
the rhymes doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You did what no one would do.
Yeah. At that moment, yeah.
Fuck those rhymes.
Yeah.
You see your heart, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You're ready for anything, dog.
Yep, exactly.
That's like going and being somewhere and then be like, I got bit by a fucking dog. I got that, but you escaped. Tell me how you escaped.
Yeah.
Well, I did this.
Yeah.
Dog. Do you understand what you just did?
Yeah.
Fuck. Who cares about? You got your arm bit.
Yeah. I'm
You're here, my guy.
Into that. Yeah,
exactly, dude.
Yeah.
And now it's like now you should. And then now it's like, dog. Like now I own my own business. How did you do that? Well, after that line attack, I just knew that nothing was ever that scary again. And I walked in and I talked to a fucking billionaire and told him his idea was shit in a nice way, and I showed him a better idea, and I was able to formulate my whole entire idea without fucking up because of that lion attack.
Yep.
And once that lion attack happens, you could do anything, homie.
Yeah, no,
real
exactly.
shit, bro.
And I think that's what
I got out of that.
That's what that's doing for me right now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it as what I would get, because what did I get from when that event happened to me and that shit fucked up and nothing happened?
Yeah.
And I'm on stage and I'm getting mic'd up. The crowd is there. Fucking the Brat's right there. Fucking the dude who directed the Tupac movies over there. And the event gets canceled because these fools are fighting behind the scenes about money and all this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, I was depressed. I didn't know what to do. I was ready to give up.
Yeah.
But then I just said, I can't give up. I'm standing in line at In-N-Out, and someone pulls up. Mellow-time, what the fuck? Oh shit, the time card. I'm like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
As much as I even want to run away from it and get a burger, this is who I am.
Yep. This
taught me that, like, you know what? Where did I go wrong? Okay, let me look back on this again. This is depressing. Let me look back on this.
Yeah.
So it's all me? I just have to talk business like it's all me.
Yeah.
I'm the one.
Yeah.
I'm like Neo.
Yeah.
When in the Matrix happened, he went through so much fucking shit.
Yeah.
And when he finally found out he was the one, when he was sitting on the top, he thought he was all done.
Yeah.
They started blasting at him. Who went back, stopping bullets. He was in the middle of the war. He thought he was gonna die. He was stopping his bullets, expecting the bullets to rip through his body, and they stopped.
It took that for him to realize that.
And everybody was like, "You can't kill agents. You run. When you see an agent, you run."
Yeah,
and he said, "No, he kills agents. He's the fucking one."
Yeah.
And that's real shit. You have to go through that weirdness.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man, he figured out how to work his webs.
Yeah.
He was slamming into walls, didn't understand. He got bit by a spider. He's probably jizzing blue. Who knows? And then he figured out how to use his web, and he became a superhero.
Yeah.
Now he's fucking fools up. And that's what that is, dude.
Yep.
Because I've experienced it, and don't let it get you down, dude.
No, it's not that it gets me down. It actually motivates me. And it's one of those things that it goes, I wanted to know where I was at. And before I walked in there, that's what I said to myself. You know? I was like, I want to see what I'm made of. Let's do it. And it's the way I've done my career. I'm not afraid of it, you know?
Yeah.
And
I see it. That's what I saw, and I wanted to tell you that, like, you know, sometimes you need somebody to say, like, when things are all bad, and even though it feels like bad, like, even when someone says something to you, like, at least you tried, and then you're like, yeah, and you're over for a bit, and then you think about it again.
Yeah, you're like,
you need something that's gonna fucking push you, like.
No,
And that's the thing where you're just like, this motherfucker's right, dude.
Yeah.
You're right. So how do I capitalize off this?
No, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna drop my album, and I'm gonna use this to promote my album, and then I'm gonna. Then you start going bananas, and you just. You know, I really don't drink anything. But I'm gonna get energy. I'm gonna get amped up. And I started. I drink coffee. I drink coffee before this podcast.
Yeah.
I drink coffee all the time, and I just turn into this beast. And I start locking deals. I start doing this, and then all of a sudden, someone will say something. Yeah, you know, I tried doing this business, and this shit didn't work out. And, oh yeah, well, how are you? Well, I know a way where you could probably get your money back, and we could probably do. And it's because you've. If you hadn't got bit by that tiger, I keep using that as an example, then you would have never have felt the confidence to go up to that person and actually lock that deal. You probably didn't lock that thing against Redman, but next time it might be somebody else, and then you might just murder it.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, "What? Now you're on?" And then you're gonna be like, "Bro," and you're gonna be on another podcast and be like, "How did you do it?" Be like, "One time I went and seen Redman," and that I'm telling you, that's the shit where makes you feel like you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Like, it's not one thing to feel good about it. It is what it is.
It is. It's a star.
But you're on the right path because people don't even get into those positions. Yeah. People fall off by finding out they got their girl pregnant and cry about it, and then they end up falling off because they don't know how to go work and actually have two jobs.
Or just being afraid just to make that walk through the hallway and into that room and make that move to be like, I got to get myself in front of you.
It could be anything.
I got to
exactly,
do it.
Dude.
Know?
It could be anything.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we waited to get that last part out because that was probably the
most
biggest jewel of this whole podcast.
Yeah.
Was the fact that anybody who's listening to this could have been going through this and thinking about giving up, or maybe you have given up for a couple years. Fuck that.
Yeah.
No. Come back. Or maybe if honestly if you found something else where you're a chef, learn how to make sweet and salty powder and dip some chicken wings in it and invent some new type of chicken wings, you will blow up. If you are a chef, learn how to make some type of like stuffed fucking steak or some type of lobster tail. Do something crazy, you will blow up. Whatever it is that you're doing,
just gotta try, man.
It is to show you're on the right path. Never give up. And that's we're going to end on that note because I think this is a perfect note to end on.
Failure is inevitable.
Thank you, my guy, Joaquin Jack Daniels. We did 3-hour podcast.
Oh
my God. This actually, you did a milestone for me.
Right.
And I hope this was kind of, beneficial for you and just to let you know that anything can happen, and just don't be afraid.
Anything is happening, so let's
put it out.
Turn it into something
great. Let people know, because I think that's a good something to have on your resume.
Yeah.
Because now when you're booking shows and you got your little EPK, you do that. And everyone's like, "Well, you so the fuck you want me to slap you now with my dick? You want me to slap you later? Don't ever disrespect me." I showed you that because have you ever done that in your life? You probably haven't. That's why you're here booking other talent. You fuck.
Yeah.
Book me.
Yeah.
Don't ever let no one get you down. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but don't say that to him. You think that in your head.
No, yeah.
So that's your little your alter ego in your head, you gotta let him go crazy. I use Joey Diaz's in my head, where he goes, "You fucking cocksucker, fuck you," and I just think that, and I'm like, then you feel a lot better. Then you say,
right.
when someone says something to you and you don't like it, you just go crazy in your head and you go, "All right, I appreciate that." You leave and you're like, "You fucking piece of shit," and you use that as energy and you fuel and you go hard. But thank you for coming here and sitting in this hot garage with me and doing this long ass podcast.
Hey,
thank you, man. And I hope you guys go support my guy Joaquin Daniels. Go subscribe to his channel on fucking Spotify. And there it is, man. It's the Time GAWDCAST.
Yeah.
Peace.